sorry, I decided to start this early because I want to get this out of the way. Oh, weird. What weird elite stuff. What is that? Anyway, this weird event. I've already kind of completed everything, but I ended up getting Nymph on my first 10 roll. Let me try and get that picture. Let's see. How can I do that? Add. There's galleries. There it is. Ended up getting her my friggin' first roll, first 10 roll, whatever. I guess that's helpful. Rather than getting, because I didn't get Naituya less than 300 rolls and I didn't bother getting her. I wanted to get all the limited characters out the way. So I ended up getting, where is she? I ended up getting Chen Hollander even though she's fallen off. I don't even have enough of these like EXP things.
Is it okay if I take it with me to walk? I'm so glad to be home.
Wonder why this bugger came with me. Here.
Oh,
Do you need food to
yes, nice. You out the way. Other ones. Same day. Everybody now. Do 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 do. This is still low. And a low. Get this up to like 11-ish. Oh, next. It's very easy to get maxed out now.
I'm so glad to be home. Where was he? I saw him. There he is. Might as well get her. He's broken. You better not leave me here on my own.
It literally
I might
causes
get curious and go tapping around with my hammer. which
money
could
to
lead
be
some
free most of the time.
information, you know?
Get you out of the way, you're almost done. Yeah.
If only we had a surfboard here.
Where is he? Back on.
I
On.
cannot say I agree with post-Crystal Age aesthetic sensibilities.
Can I apply for a more comfortable chair? Care to take a peek and tell me if Doberman's in there?
There we go.
I still have Sea Patrol work to deal with, so I can't always be at Rhodes Island.
I think she'll do it now.
From me, raise a request,
I know.
and I'll
Do
get to
the-
it promptly.
Yeah, she does it there, she makes it free.
Resources received.
If it's 4 or over.
Resources received.
She's kind of broken. She's kind of broken in the base. Up here.
Why, how are you, Doctor?
Hi! I'm Cruz.
We do one.
I am Ansel, a medical intern. I'll be assisting with surgery and internal medicine.
Reserve, Op Team A6 Catapult reporting in. Hey, I can tell you're hella different from that stuffy old bit. I mean,
I am Ansel, a medical intern. I'll be assisting with surgery and internal medicine.
Probably happy today, but this is just my second day of work, so I've still got 3 more days of work. I have like weird shifts. So I'm just gonna try and get this out of the way. Oh, a top operator. God damn it! I figure out to get the calculator. Yeah. Physical recruitment calculator. There we go. Why I was doing that? Because I originally generated. Okay, top operator. Top operator. Survival. AoE. Debuff. Elemental. Oh, they've added elemental. Huh? This module. Huh? Oh, elemental that crashes the thing. Oh, doesn't know. Like it has elemental. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I don't know why it's like crashed the thing. Okay, let's turn off elemental then. It doesn't work when elemental's on the board. That's annoying. Is there even any elementals? Elemental, and then oh, it's Chinese. There we go. It works with Chinese servers. It doesn't matter because the only elemental is the robot. It doesn't matter. The only elemental is a robot. Okay, so I don't have Unectus. I think that's the only top operator I don't have in the recruitment tab. So it has to be top operator survival. There's no one else. Loneshine's got Loneshine. Ak plays. BD Poker. Yep. Yeah, it's just Unectus. I don't have Unectus in the original tabs. Do that. The only way to get Unectus, say, out of 4 top operator. Okay, if I get Unectus. Hey, finally. Alright, so you finally got everybody now. And she doesn't have that English voice actor. Let's refresh that. Got all the refresh out of the way. That's why I still do recruitments, because you can just get a 6-star randomly. Good. Connect this now. Conversation. Get rid of this, which is probably and then to finish off with the store. We get rocks. I need that more. I need rocks more. Murphy. Oh yeah, that's nice. Aim. Speed. Yeah, I won't bother with this. Yeah, that's done. Get that. I saw that at the end.
I'm so glad to be home.
Resources received.
Why, how are you, Doctor?
Okay, so I've done the story, the battles. It's just the story. So let's get started then. Falling like flowers. You must be bored of nights like this. The ones where the damp, cold fog creeps up upon the roaring fires of the furnace as permeates the air, its choking stench of constant assault on the nostril. Hard to imagine being able to sleep like this, cramming a whole day's worth of work into an all too short dream, before awakening to find that thing remained unchanged. A black city, black stones, black clouds, a blood red ensconced in the furnace, unchanging since time immemorial. No, this is not particularly conducive to a good night's sleep. At the very least, something should fill the dreary silence. Something like, oh, in Kazdel, overcast. Kazdel Residential District. The fire of the soul furnace is Kazdel's sun's truest. It dries our children's clothes, warms our warriors' hearts. Yep. I'm not saying that. There's no better place in Kazdel than the plaza by the furnace. Those stingy little hawkers haggle with some loser mercs. Who the do you think you're mouthing off about? Your singing stinks, going on all day like a broken horn. We didn't lose to the Victorians, we had to. What were those again? The fighters consoled themselves, calling it tactical retreat. Right, it was a tactical defeat. But even his burden beasts know. His knapsack is now empty. His daughter's not seen him in years. Now looks at him funny. The crowd warmed by the furnace node begins to laugh. Suddenly an ear-piercing sound rends the air. The laughter abruptly stops. The warrior is an angry mangler beast. His hands like claws reach for my throat. Won't someone come save me? Oh, she will. Over here, my savior comes. The ceremony starts in 5 minutes. Knock it off. What did I say about putting your music sheets in the cordon snapstring? Get your clutter away from the furnace already. And you, Steel Skull, back off on the cordon a bit, unless you want your burden beast buddies to burn their fur. Turn up the volume of it. Oh, it's you, Nymph, joining in on the fun. Relax, this broken furnace only spits out sparks. I'd know better than you, right? Settle down. My head nearly got crushed but now I do recall I wanted to give souls in the furnace one last farewell song. I get it, not everyone's 30-something like you, but things are about to change. The furnace used to burn Revenant for power, but we're about to switch to a new source of energy. Hermes says tonight's ceremony will be really, really important to get the Revenants to come out. If something goes wrong and the furnace goes boom... Are you even listening? There's so much worse out there. Even the feline's cannons barely even singe these guys. So what's a winky-dink oven going to do, even if it blows? The fire is just right tonight. Might as well get my blade reforged. I rumps happily. Why won't you guys just listen? Fine, I'll do it myself. Hey, don't tug on my burden-based state. Wow. They'll think you're playing with them and knock you into the dirt. The unreasonable is now reasonable. You bully so you don't get bullied. Our ancestors seen enough. They're about to go flying free. That's dumb. Sarkas don't bully Sarkas. Oh, that hurt. The plaza's packed. Are you really going to tell everyone to go home one by one? You'll need more than one set of legs. Can't you just, I don't know, use your doll powers to scare them all off in one go? That's simply out of line. Sarkas don't bully Sarkas, remember? Also, you should never ever treat a Jarl's power so lightly. Okay, no wonder you're the kindest Jarl, no. The nicest Sarkas in all of Kazdelian. Now go break a leg. Nymph looks behind her at the furnace snow plaza filled to the brim with raucous singing peddlers hawking their wares and hammers beating on weapons. In the distance, the soul furnace towers above, belching out an acrid black smoke. A careful listener could hear the faint screeching of the revenant. For the past 200 years, day after day, has sent energy to the furnace nodes, which then passed that energy onto the countless homes in Kazdel. I don't know what will happen to the revenants after the ceremony. Come to think of it, I don't know what a revenant even looks like. I promise I make sure the people in this neighborhood were safe before the ceremony started. Why can't the Sarkas and Kazdel just do as they're told? That's pretty high for me. What is the meaning of this? Are you going to let me finish reading or not? Another fit? Oh good, why don't you milk this out all night? It's not as if you're the one paying for the ceremony, are you? Enough. I don't like being here and inhaling these noxious gases either. If you could be a tad more cooperative, we could get this over with and be on our separate ways. I shall just carry on from where I was interrupted, not that any of you were listening in the first place. The duty of the soul furnace nears a close, and torments of thine burning bodies herecto shall end. Thus under the eyes of the myriad souls do I pray. If I could offer a comment though, the ceremony recitation states prayer. You ought to know that this is more than a notice. Also, await these rites in peace, spread not thine suffering means, pipe down and don't cause a ruckus. Things are rather hectic in the city right now, and if you could just wait until I have a moment spare, I'll give you all the pomp and the circumstance you need. When the time comes, do as you will, whether that means going home or staying here to help. Hell, get into a fight if that's what you want. Just don't tear down the city walls while you're at it. You get all that? Speak up if you did. Your right means nothing. We have waited and suffered for too long. You threw us into this furnace. Too long, the burning, the scorching. Yes, I understand you've been through a lot. Just to be fair, I don't throw you in there, and we the Sarkas today are not ungrateful. What we're doing at this very moment is trying to get you guys out, so pipe down already. Millions upon millions of nights travelling through the dark, my kindreds, my screens have been drowned. Young Lich, a mere child, insincere, insolent, ignorant. Still your tongue, cease your lies and get thee gone. You better do as you're told if you know what's good for you. I've tried to keep this civilized. Act your age already, you're over 10,000 years old. As the wizened Lich rants and raves, a stray glob of slag splashes across his face. Master, is everything alright? Oh my god, it's Emangard. I didn't see a fucking character yet. The gouge indicates that the furnace's energy output isn't stable. Is something the matter with the ceremony? Do you require my assistance? Stay back, you're not needed yet. Parade of sarcastic swearings. Mark my words, if these geriatric fools aren't taken care of by tonight, I'll be Manfred's personal shoe shine. Okay. General, you've been standing guard all day. You should take a rest. Now's the pivotal moment of the ceremony. Nothing can be allowed to go wrong. Take your positions. If you notice anything out of the ordinary, report to me at once. Yes, sir. It seems Kazdel is still somewhat chilly this time of year. Oh, hey, Wisdell. Hey, you really ready to meet your old pals? Today is a crossroads, the end of an endless history. Their sacrifice may not have been willing, but it was their agony and torment that fueled Kazdel thousands of years. For that they have my utmost respect. Not willing? You were the one who caught them and threw them into the furnace in the first place. You really think you'll manage a nice peaceful chat with them? Her Highness has restored my sanity and given me clarity. My mind is no longer shrouded in haze. My heart no longer gripped by senseless rage. Let me see them. I'll try to quell their anger. It was I who began this age of suffering. It is only fitting that I end it. Here's hoping you can. Their souls are roasting in the furnace. They've got emotions of every sort. Will they really be ready to wave goodbye to their old metal home? Hey you, stop gawping at the furnace like an idiot and stop gawping at my wares like a genius. If you don't like them, you got no taste. Come take a look, girl. Oh, you again? That wallet. What? About last time? Is she really called Fat Wallet? Oh no, are you hurt? You should watch where you're running. Oh, she definitely got pickpocketed. The girl makes a face and sticks her tongues out at Nymph before peeling into the distance. While you're offshore to customer Fat Wallet, shit, that's really her name. You need to get your stuff outside the cordon. I can help. Fine by me. Not like I've got any customers. Really? That's great. I'll get started then. And I need payment first though. If I need to move my whole stall, then you're gonna have to rent the spot from me. Rent? But this is just an empty spot by the road. Well, it's mine now. It's a good spot by the furnace. Lots of slackers hanging about. It's warm too. Can you get your 3 squares? You can get your 3 squares a day here without having to waste energy at home. It won't be cheap. Anyway, that's enough free talk. You want anything more out of me? It's gonna cost you. You're getting in the way of business here. Hey. Nymph looks at the soul furnace with worry. It might be her imagination, but the smoke appears to be getting thicker. A job only I can do? Sure, Amy. My purse has been pretty light lately. This is a lifesaver. What do you need from me? Repairs? Looking after vertebrates? I can do little bit of everything. Oh, I would never task you with something so trivial, oh kind and considerate Nymph. You'd be a terrible waste of talent. Let me think. What should this position be called? Neighborhood office? Neighborhood office? Alright, I may have just come up with that. Title, but it's really important. You'll be the friendly neighborhood solver of any tricky issues. As you know, ever since that Victorian business, we've been dreadfully spread thin, and maintaining order in the streets is becoming more difficult by the day. But when it comes to making sure everyone's safe, you're the best. You're Kazdel's most considerate Jarl, after all. I am, but okay, I get the idea. Make sure everyone's safe. Just leave it to me, Amy. I'll do my very best. That wallet. If I rent this spot for me, you'll move outside the cordon, right? That's what you said. Let me see my... Where's my purse? Yeah, she got pickpocketed from before. Wait, it's definitely on me somewhere. I must have put it in another pocket. Could this be? Maybe I forgot to bring it with me when I left the house. Looks like I've got a fool on my hands. Maybe you're a nice, honest soul. Nope, there's no such thing. So a fool you must be. My purse is gone and the ceremony's almost over now. Fat wallet, please, please, please move your stall away, please. If you don't move, then Steel Skull won't either. Then everyone's going to get burnt by the furnace. That big lummox still holding a grudge. All I did was store my goods in this house while he was out fighting. Not like he said I couldn't. I look after that daughter of his for years. Him? He slinks back from Victoria, tail between his legs, completely empty-handed. You think I babysit for free? You looked after her? You raised her to be a sarcastic-wearing thief? I gave her a name so I could send her off to learn and read and write. You ruined all that. Wait, please stop fighting. The furnace, the cordon. There's no time. I also can't speak, apparently. Ah, that's my purse. Please don't run. Oh. Nymph is tripped by the girl and lays face first in a puddle of mud. Bystanders chuckle as they help her up. And covered from head to toe in muck, she glances dejectedly at the quarreling duo. Everywhere she looks, people are going about their business as usual within the cordon. Even the push of a wandering singers sitting cross-legged, composing a new song by the light of the furnace. Oh, what to do. What she wants is really simple, but now she finds herself in a pickle. Okay. You done yet? What's taking so long? Wasn't the last few times real smooth? If you can't hack it, just step down and let me... Hey! Who even let you up here with Adele? Did I not instruct Ermagod? Oh my god. To keep everyone away from the ceremony? It's bad enough that you're here. Did you really have to bring that one along too? You've been floating up there forever and nothing's happened. I came because I was worried about you. I came because you wanted to rubberneck. As for being worried about me, best you worry about yourself. What's to worry about? I wasn't the one who stuffed our ancestors in the fire to roast like a sweet potato, like sweet potatoes. Good. Those who dare speak to our own in such a manner tend to meet an unhappy end. The murderer returns. It is him. He must pay. Make him pay. Pain, agony, forsaken all his depths. How dare he? Silence, all of you. Listen to what he has to say. Debt, I owe you nothing. It was all a necessary price to pay. Is this the Tin Man? It's probably the Tin Man. Then why did you not stay? Then why do you not throw them in two? And why did you return? I am here to pick you up. Your duty is at an end. I've come to welcome you as you leave this cramped purgatory. Ridiculous, laughable. It was you who threw us in here, you who left alone. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you return so brazen, condescending? I will see you pay the price. I will see you see everything burn in the raging flames of this furnace as we did. I understand your anger. I will face your wrath. But now I just want you to come up and see the Kazdel today. Come and see the city you've devoted yourself to. It is proof that you live. You have no place to say that to us. No, wait, you? The one who calls the eldest of revenants? Why have you become like this? Ha! You need not feel my sorrow for me. My shattered soul has been burned away, nothing is left. Eldest of revenants, why? Why are you in a cannon? No, it's more like a sanctagun. Our vaunted elder trapped inside a sanctagun. No, it's Wisdel's weapon. I forgot that box. Completely forgot about it. What are they arguing about, old man? Translate for me. I'm not entirely sure it could be called an argument. Huh? Why so quiet all of a sudden? They hashed things out already? Maybe don't blast ash in your guest's face. What the hell was that? Based on my prior dealing with these fellows, that would be an equivalent of spitting in your face. Me? What did I do? Hey, you old farts, what gives? You are all beyond reasoning. What's going on? General, our cannons, they've started charging on their own. I think it's the remnants of revenant fragments in the core. It's starting up our guns, is it? What's the target? If I'm reading this right, it's the soul furnace. Quick, cut all that. Fantastical lights explode and streak across the night sky like a rain of fire. Cold, weary, and unchanging as ever, Kazdel silently absorbs their fiery descent. There is always someone awake, yearning for a glimpse of something different from the small patch of night sky outside their window. Something like a sudden violent burst of fireworks. A furnace! Who fired that cannon? My roof, darn it. I just fixed it up a few days ago. Where did the big rock even come from? What's that burning smell? Ow, my head. Hot, 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 hot. Dang it. What was that? No, I don't have time to worry about the roof. Everyone, please listen. That accident is definitely connected to this ceremony. The soul furnace could restart any moment. For your safety, please evacuate outside the cordon immediately. Clang, clang, clang. The mercenary mending his weapon keeps hammering away without even looking up. Come on, come on, and take a look. You're blind if you don't buy it. You all really... Just an ancient... Well, just... die already. Steel Skull hammer stops mid-swing. Fat Wallet shout stop mid-sentence, and the wandering singer guitar string snaps mid-pluck. Girl, what did you just say? I said... Are you deaf? What? For the sake of everyone's safety. Burn, burn, I'll burn you all into ashes. Hey, calm down. What are you coming over here for? My clothes and the burden beast up. Wait, was it flammable? He's right. Don't do anything crazy. Get behind the cordon now, or else. Cowards who flee from battle. Thieves who steal from their own. Lowlifes who indulge in pleasure. Idlers who shirk their duties. I'll kill you all. Kill, kill. Wow, Nymph has a dark side. Or else. What, huh? Where'd everyone go? One by one, the plaza crowd turns their heads, staring at Nymph in disbelief. Steel Skull frantically tries to drag his burden feet up the cordon while the Fat Wallet packs the stall with a surprising speed for someone her age. Nymph feels something bump into their belly. The girl who stole her purse shoves it back into her hands and runs off as fast as she can. The wandering singer now stands meekly outside the cordon area where his sheets under his arm, as if he has been there the whole time. Wow, that's... Nymph scratches her head, setting free the glimmering fragment that had fallen into her hair. It still retains the heat of the furnace it was so unduly ejected from. As it tumbles out of her hair, the strange voice in her head cuts off. Nymph, can you hear me? Nymph, Nymphy, hey! Is that you, Ermi? How come I can't see you? Look at the mirror in the little box I gave you. Wow, Ermi, how'd you get inside the mirror? God damn it, Nymph. Didn't I tell you when I gave it to you? You must have missed the instructions I wrote again. Glitch creations aren't so easy to understand. Besides, if I ever need to use it, you'll help me. So what's going on? I saw a really big explosion over by the furnace. So something went awry at the ceremony and now the ancestors are throwing a fit. Get this. The Revenant on the airship got into a fight with those in the furnace. Are you okay? I'm fine. A little explosion like that couldn't hurt me. The master's still counting on me to run errands for him, but I have a bit more on my plate than I can handle. As for the furnace, it's still intact, and there hasn't been any further issues, but the explosion caused another problem, and I might have to ask you to help again. I'm just glad you're alright. Whatever I need to help with, just say the word. We need to hunt down all the bits of slag that got ejected from the furnace and see if they have any Revenant fragments in them. Revenant fragments? Are they dangerous? A lot of people here have been picking up shards and stuff that fell from the sky after the explosion. They are, which is why Master wants you to find them as quick as possible. The Revenants in the furnace are restless now that they're missing some of their kind. As for the Revenant fragments that are scattered, are like ticking time bombs. We don't know what they're going to stir up trouble. If they're going to stir up trouble. But don't worry too much. Judging by the number of Revenants still inside the furnace, only a handful of fragments have a Revenant riding along. Fewer than 10 in fact. Phew, finally, some good news. I was thinking about how long it'd take to find every single bit that fell from the sky. Well, unfortunately, that's the difficult part of all this. We have no idea where these fragments fell. They could be anywhere in Kazdel, really. So what do the ones with the Revenants look like? To be honest, I haven't had a proper look at one either. It shouldn't be too hard to identify something that with a Revenant riding inside, though. I'll influence the emotions, senses of the people around it. Would they happen to be surrounded by wisps of smoke? Maybe they sparkle and flash too? Yeah, something like that. Then you might want to look at this and see if this is what you're looking for, though. I haven't felt it influence my emotions or anything. Are you at home? I'll head over right now. Whatever you do, don't give that thing to anyone else. We're lucky you're a Jarl. Ah, okay, by the time the furnace knows near my house, so come as quick as you can. Little rock sure is hot. Amy, you're back. What did your master say? The good news is that it really was a Revenant fragment. Master's already placed it back in the furnace. The bad news is that we might have been too quick with retrieving it. Why is that a bad thing? Shouldn't we be putting them back right away? Wait, did your master compliment you? Even you have to figure him out by now. Yeah, he did. And every time he does, he's almost always building up to bad news. You know how I have to inspect goods going in and out of Kazdel every day, organize patrols, arrange repairs for the holes in the furnace, and even inventory all the stuff he brought back from the fire, right? He's already running me ragged and now he wants me to... Amy, did you try telling him that you're already swamped with that? Someone else should go gather the fragments. I did tell him that. Even I told you the only reason we found this first fragment so quickly was because of you. And then, did he change his mind? Why are you looking at me like that? Wait, Amy, hey! No. Help me out again. Last time I swear I really have too much to handle, and that old tool doesn't really care. Please, you're the only one I can count on now. But you just need to find all the fragments and bring them back. I'll give you a nice big reward if you do. I know you don't really lack anything, but I guarantee it'll be something that you really want, and it's something only I can give you, not even my master could. Well, don't keep me guessing, just say what it is and I'll think it over. I can't tell you too much at the moment, but don't you worry, we liches are a generous people. Is that really the proper attitude to ask for help? Anyone would have walked away. But not this silly Jarl. She just lets you walk all over her. So fine, I'll help you find these fragments, but do you have a map that can show you where they are, Amy? The kind with the little black dots floating around? Do you think liches can just conjure things from thin air? Why would I have something so strange? But but you have a point. You'd be chasing your own tail if I sent you off to find the fragments of no help. Not to mention that you don't have anything that could actually contain the revenant fragments. Pass me that box thing of yours while I think for a second. I'll need some time to give this a few upgrades. Head home and rest for now. Once I'm done, I'll come find you. I thought this was a super urgent task. Oh, I wouldn't go that far. Once you have the right tool, you'll save far more time than the few hours it'll take me to make it. Fine, I still hope you can think over the map thing a bit more. I'll put my box over here. See you later, Amy. A way to detect revenants to isolate them. What if I dismantle this part? No, that won't work. Amy, I'm heading back now. I'll wait for your good news. Alright, bye bye. Glitches are always quick to jump into thinking mode. I hope she doesn't become like her master one day. I hope. I've got important things to do tomorrow, so I better get some rest. I wonder how many people will dream about those fireworks tonight. No. Yeah, it's still so hot, like trying to hold a roast sweet potato fresh out of the oven. Can't imagine how hot it must be in the furnace. It's nice to meet you, ancestor, sir. I don't quite know what to call you. You must have been burning in the furnace since my grandparents were still little. You really just gave it good to that crowd just now. Nymph walks over to the quiet corner of the plaza and sits down on some steps. I should probably put you back where you belong, but getting to meet you was something really special. I'd better tell you what I need to say quick. I've always known you were real, ever since I was young. Everyone said that you were just stories to scare little kids, but I always believed. Back then there was a Babel camp right by my doorstep. Mum and Dad never let me wander too far, so I was always looking for the camp's doctors to play with. My favourite fairy tale was the future the Babel doctors told me about. And then my Babel friends left without warning. One day I'd go look for them as usual, and there was just the field. I was really sad, so I cried and cried at the furnace node in the plaza because everyone told me the underground pipes connected to it would carry my voice all the way to the great big soul furnace. Now that I've seen or heard, I feel so happy. Seen or heard you, I feel so happy. You really do exist, and you've been protecting us and all the castle this whole time. And noisy. Sorry. Nymph's eyes widen by shadow slowly seeps out the simmering slag. It is barely a wisp, as faint as a I always forget how to say this word. Cicada, there we go. Cicada's wings. But at least he doesn't sound as angry as before. Shabby. You mean our neighborhood? Well, I think it's kind of nice once you get used to it. Barely any improvement. Improvement? Oh, you mean compared to 200 years ago? Right, you've been in the furnace all that time. Maybe this is your first time out. Nymph stretches out her hand and the slag is resting on, allowing him a clearer view of the plaza. The first view has had in 200 years that did not include flames. See, Ancestor Revenant, sir, this is where we live nowadays. What's that sound? String singing. That instrument he's holding is cobbled together from scraps. It looks like a guitar, but I don't know what it's actually called. And the mercenary? You mean Steel Skull? He's had a few drinks and now he's dancing around his bird and beast battle buddies. What of the army? Do you mean the military commission? Maybe, do you see the big airship flying overhead? I've heard they're up there. Rest. After a long period of silence, that is the only word the slag says. Nymph doesn't quite understand the meaning. Not too far away, the wandering singer plucks at his instrument and begins to sing a song of farewell as promised. Okay. This guy. I came to you to help some big shots solve your problems. You won't find a shoddier district in all Kazdel. I have a group of really good workers willing to help build a furnace node. Think about it. With just a supply of power, this district will be able to transform. People will have to work to keep themselves fed and won't cause trouble anymore. You sound plenty confident. What do you want from me? Steal the pipes right in the middle of this district. You can have your people keep an eye on it if you want. Trust me, you won't recognize this district in 3 months. You see the guards watching over the steel? Do you believe me now? It's the bosses who ordered the furnace node to be built. There's plenty in it for you if you work for them. And I want food enough to feed a decent team of workers. I know you guys have plenty. Bring it to the warehouse there. We'll have enough space. Trust me, this is a good deal for you. You see the food in this warehouse? Come help build the furnace and everyone gets some every day. Better than robbing people on the streets. At least you don't have to worry about getting your skull split open. You've got guts, kids. You want to hire mercenaries to work for you? You're big, tough, and not afraid to break a sweat. You'll make great workers. Listen to me. I'll make sure you all do well for yourselves, better than you're doing right now, at least. Overcast. Good morning, big head. Came to get your clothes. Your collar would have been charred if it came any later. Don't you dare call me big head. Put away all that crap you picked up. Don't pile shit up in front of my door. Just one night, I'm selling it to the boiler guy later. It won't bother you, not that much anyway. The hoodlums who have stolen them if I left them at home, but no one in these parts would dare to have their fingers in your pie. You're talkative today, aren't you? Going to work? I didn't hear that. Didn't you hear that nasty noise last night? A rock this big fell right on top of the construction site. If I went to work now, I'd have to help move the rock and fill in the crater. Why would I want to do 3 times the work with the same amount of food? Hey, go up early. Are you going somewhere else? Somewhere? No, just in the mood for a morning stroll. Well, don't go to the south side, it's a mess. I was out there cutting wires in the morning when I heard that a hunk of iron fell from the sky, straight through somebody's roof. They hardly started grinning when the broken horn showed up. Now there's a handful of gangs wanting to trade the iron for food. Everybody wants a piece, and they're almost fighting over it. Over iron? Is it valuable? Urion isn't valuable only when burden beasts fly. Those broken horn hardheads would draw their blades for half a hunk of black brick. They've torn the house down and the consultant wasn't there if to keep them in mind. Well, they'll stay in line if the consultant's watching. I'd say I didn't warn you, and I would take the long way round if I were you. You see those two over there? Where? Troublemakers. Definitely troublemakers. Troublemakers those two. You know, Nymph. Don't know the other one. She looks like a lich. Those two were keeping order around here before you came back. A lich? What are they doing here? Isn't she worried about getting her nice shoes dirty? Might be Nymphy's friend. Look how they're laughing with each other. Damn, them laughing with each other? Definitely suspicious. There's the boiler man. Gotta borrow your cart, big head. What did you just say? I mean, big guy. Have a nice stroll. You got junk to sell. I've got junk to sell. I'll let it slide this time, if you share half the money you made. Huh? No, just wait a second, big guy. It's not like I don't want to share with you. That's money good for in Kazdel these days. If a revenant fragment is too big, press this red button in the back until the box becomes big enough to hold it. And do not poke your head inside no matter what happens. That's pretty much it. There's a manual inside as well. Any questions? You really don't have a treasure map that can show revenant fragments locations in real time? I told you, liches don't grant wishes. Making art creations is serious business. Here, put this on. The lich arts inside will detect nearby revenant fragments and emit an alarm when you're close enough. The box looks like a mercenary communicator. Be glad that you got that. I was planning to make the case out of scrap paper. This doesn't look much more serious than a treasure map. Hey, I was joking, give it back. I have to keep an eye on the furnace repairs and review the books that my master gave me. I'm counting on you to find the revenant fragments, imp. Of course, that's what friends are for. They were right, you're the kindest, gentlest Jarl in Kazdel. Who says? There aren't that many Jarl in Kazdel. I'm just helping out a friend. Well, you get back to work. I go by myself. Weird to read out a stutter. And then I have my own little stutter as well. Very weird. Are you sure? Is this where you saw the meteor fall? Yes, this is the place. But Hermes detector isn't reaching at all. Do you remember what the meteor looked like? Some of them were round, some of them were bumpy. There were more than one. The wonderful smell when roasted on an open flame. What? Leave the skin on, soft and fluffy, simply lip smacking. Ma'am, what are you talking about? Go inside. They're only open in the morning, and they won't stay open for you. I'm looking for the meteor, not mercenary potatoes. Stuff that the fireworks dropped last night. Fried rice? No, there's no fried rice. Never mind, I guess I might as well ask the mercenaries. It's a mess, Granny. I'll bring roast potatoes next time. Thanks, I like mine a little charred. Nymph keeps walking, and the courtyard is not big, but there are a lot of things here. Mercenaries who back from the front lines have set up camp, simple ovens bake in the corner, embers still smouldering inside. Hello, anybody here? No, it's this guy. You're too late. What? I bought the last bag of roast potatoes. Come back tomorrow. I'm not here for potatoes. We've met twice before, but that was during the Civil War. I guess you don't remember. The roast potatoes are pretty good. I guess I could give you half of one if you want. No thanks, I'm here for the meteor that fell last night. After that piece of iron, well, it's not here anymore. The Broken Horns didn't get what they wanted at the Veterans Home, so they got a few gangs together and to bring it to their own turf. Motion lasted all morning, and nobody mended that hole in the roof. You said a few gangs. Did they all touch that piece of iron? A dozen or so folks must have touched it, maybe 100. A few wise guy tried to scrap some Orion off of their fingernails. Are you shivering? Do you need a potato to warm your hands? Oh, I'm fine. Go on, don't be shy. I can spare that much. Thanks. You said they went to all that trouble for a rock with some iron. Doesn't that sound a little weird? You think so too? The young Broken Horns seem really obsessed with the iron. They just wouldn't leave it alone. Do you have any idea what's going on? Let me think. Oh, why am I asking you? It's not like you live here. Yeah, I haven't been to this district in years. I don't know well. Where can I find the Broken Horns? Go straight until the end of the path, turn right and keep walking until you reach the Burning Tail Junction, where the cherry tree used to be. You'll see it. Thanks. Say, what's your name? You can call me Paul. Paul? Really, Paul? Fancy? Paul? I'm Nymph. There's a sudden crack of thunder in the dark sky, but no raindrops fall. Sound echoes through the walls, rumble and buried pipelines. Thick and the heavy shell begin to peel up. revealing the original texture beneath. Oh dear, look at the time. It's been a pleasure talking to you, but I have to get some veggies from the vertical farm. Gotta rush by. Oh, okay, bye. The young Sarkis carries his shopping bag with his tail and strolls leisurely into the alley, showing no sign of a rush. Burning Tail Junction, Cherry Tree. I remember the place, but I thought the cherry trees were cut down before the Civil War. Hey. Let me get messages. Oh, yeah, washing machine's done. I smell fried potatoes. Where are they? Oh, let's finish the story and then do the washing machine. Here we are. The street still looks the same. There used to be a huge piece of iridium crystal here. Did they move it out, or do I remember wrong? Beansprout said things were bad here. I haven't seen a single hoodlum yet. I should sock him one when I get back. My house is just around the corner. She used to stand guard here. I get a good beating if she caught me running out into the streets. What's the point of looking for it though? It's been so many years, people come and go. Nobody else probably lives there now. What would they think if I said it used to be my home? They'd probably think I was crazy or just an idiot. Not like I could come back and reclaim it as mine. Just a quick look, that'll do. Go around the corner and get your look, then go get something to eat. Just another day. Wait, where's the house? Just a wall? Where's the roof? Who tore down my house? What are you shouting about, silly big guy? Didn't you go home and roast some potatoes? Why is everyone obsessed with potatoes? What are you doing on broken horn turf? They'll strip you naked, you know. Whose kid are you? Who taught you to talk like that? The girl in the window does not answer. She makes a face and wags her little head. The mercenary sees the black rocks growing out of her neck. This is broken horn turf? How? Don't you see the red words on the wall? Oh, don't tell me you can't read. It says, traitor. That's what they say happens to the guy who let you get on the wrong side of the broken horns. Hey, don't go. I can teach you. If you want to learn to read. I've got nothing against you head sellers. The mercenary stops in his tracks and turns around, looking up at the girl from below the window. His yellow, muddled eyes make it difficult to hide much emotion. What's a head seller? That's what the broken horns call people like you, wearing a jacket like that, coming from the outside. But the girl who taught me to read won't let me use that word, she says. Where can I find the broken horns? Hey, stop right there. Who are you? 2 days in, the broken horns got you blind. I'm here for the gang meeting. Gang meeting? You? What are you talking about? This isn't your barbecue stall. Since when do cooks get a seat at the table? Is your dumbass healed? You want me to get the consultant? I don't see him anywhere. Where are you gonna find him? Boss says the meeting starts after 3 bangs on the steel bucket and no one else gets to go in. I'm not deaf. It's only been 2 bangs. Oh. That's 3. There. You know what? I'll take a little pity on you. You want to go in? Give me 3 roast potatoes tomorrow and I'm not paying for them. Sure, if you dare. I could guess what extra seasoning I'm gonna put on them. Hey, hold it. Did I say you can come in? What are you looking at? I'm talking to you. Me? I'm here to listen. Get lost. This is no place for you, you see? See this? A fire poker? A knife made from a horn. Really sharp. Sharp. Ouch, that must have hurt. Why would you poke your finger like that? Here, have a bandage. Get lost. This should be the place, but how do I get in? I've heard that the Broken Horns are a bunch of unruly young kids and now... Come on, Nymph. Think of your friends. Could anyone help? Not this one, not that one either. This one might have some influence at a gang meeting, but I don't think she's in Kazdel anymore. How about the consultant? All the gangs in this district listen to him. I've never seen him, and I don't know where he lives. I should just wait here. He's always the one officiating the gang meetings. I'm sure he'll come by. Hello. No one's coming. Are you waiting for someone, Miss Nymph? Paul, did you get your veggies? I was a little late. All they had left were sweet potatoes. The farmer's a grumpy one. He doesn't let you pick. It took a lot of sweet talking to get a few decent looking ones. Wow, sweet potatoes? Can you get this big? The ones I know aren't even a third this size. The only way to get ones this big is to try your luck at the vertical farm, but I hear the farmers keep the best ones for themselves. Anyway, what are you doing here? Oh, I was trying my luck to see if I could run into the consultant here. The broken horns won't let me in, but they won't stop me if I was with the consultant. It might not go down like that. Do you know the consultant? I asked someone to help get in touch with him, but I never got a response. So you're waiting for someone you've never met? How would you recognize him? That's why I said I was trying my luck. Maybe he'd know me. Is that piece of iron really so important? Not just to me, it's important to everyone else here. I have to bring it back to the furnace? Yes, you saw it too, the fireworks last night? It came from the furnace. But wasn't the appeasement ceremony in progress then? Are you talking about revenants? But what? Why are you here? What about the liches? Huh? You know about all that? Just my luck. I thought I was imagining things. This is just even worse than I thought. You've been standing here for a while, right? How many times did they bang the steel bucket? 3 times, I think. The gang meeting has started. I shouldn't have spent so much time shopping today. It may not be too late. I think they'll wait for the consultant. Fair point. A gang meeting without the consultant is basically a brawl. He is the consultant. I'm just gonna guess. Well, it's your lucky day, innit? Or maybe unlucky day. Come on, let's get this trouble all fixed up. Huh? No, wait. You don't even know what's going on. I'll tell you my theory on the way, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. Eat shit. No goddamn way. That courtyard was given to us by the Military Commission, and the consultant signed off on all our business on these streets. Why should we move out just because you say so? Calm down, Beryl. This isn't personal. As for you, Beck, you need to watch your words. As if I'm wrong, Ebony? Why should these head sellers be allowed to take our turf after spending so much years on the outside? You weren't the boss of your gang when the consultant gave them those 2 blocks. You know what, I should have kicked the old man off his seat sooner. I wouldn't have let the head sellers set foot in here if I was in the room back then. Say that again, I dare you. Don't just stand there, starling. Pull them apart. You should get your mouth slapped, Beck. They were out there risking their lives for us. And you, Beryl, stop being such a hardhead. Beck could run his mouth all day, but none of it matters until the consultant gets here. Stop defending them, Ebony. Who gives a damn about the consultant? How many men does he have? How many blades does he have? Not as many men as you, but blades? That's hard to say. Consultant. Consultant. Consultant? Who's the Jal? Oh, don't mind me, I'm the consultant's assistant. I'm here to help him take minutes. Yeah, my wrist's been hurting lately. You could take her place if you have the problem with it. Oh, I forgot. You can't read. Well, everyone's here. Damn. Well, everyone's here. Let's get started. Unless someone else has something important to do. Not at all. We're all waiting for you to decide on how to split the piece of iron. The cloth over it is pulled away, stirring up a cloud of dust. Nymph covers her nose and the back of her hand and squints at what lay underneath. It is a large rock that has been touched by fire and smoke, but with broken iridium, pieces scattered across the surface. Underneath the cracked exterior are honeycomb-shaped rust marks. The woman, whom the others call Ebony, takes out a screwdriver and pries a small piece of rust from the crack. Light shines through the smoke upon it, reflecting a faint blue glow. The device on Nymph's wrist trembles as though it just felt a chill. Looks like there's a fair bit of Orion. Is this it? I think so. But Amy said the detector would sound an alarm. Why is it quiet? The Orion extracted from a piece this big could feed you all for a month, but who's going to extract it? All these little iridium bits on it are like mini bombs, if not properly processed. Some of my guys had an ironworking shop on the Colombian frontier. You'll roast it like you'll roast your potatoes? You don't know what you're talking about. I can always cut it up before processing it. That won't work. The iridium fragments are unstable. They could go off at any time. You've done business with the furnace node manager over by the Western Wall. Should we ask him? Didn't you understand? The fragments are unstable. You think he would risk blowing up his furnace? Don't worry where the fireworks last came from. If the big shots catch you, whether it's the military commission or the liches who have a slightly grim opinions on you fellas. You know, what's going to happen? Not my problem, it's just your own graves that you're digging, but not when you might leave the rest of us starving. Is there no place in Kazdel that would take it? You're not telling us to send it back where it came from, are you? You're getting ahead of yourself, Ebony. We haven't gotten the original Orion out yet. Besides, just because no one will take it in Kazdel doesn't mean no one will take it out there. Some smugglers will do anything, no matter how dangerous. You might take a hefty haircut on it, but it's better than leaving it to rot in your hands. How big of a haircut are we talking about? How should I know? It's not my area of expertise. This is what I do as a consultant. I'll tell you how to cut the cake fairly, but I'm never the one to actually cut it. How can we be sure the difference won't end up in your pocket? What are you saying, Beck? Apologize to the consultant now. To him? I don't understand why you're so polite with this guy. Have things been peaceful for so long that you forgot where you should be pointing your blade? I say he's in league with the noble masses up in the towers. He makes it so we don't get to fight or eat, so we end up fixing the walls for them. Why should he help the head sellers take my turf? I've lived in Kazdel since the day I was born. Why should I give my house to some slugs who haven't set foot in here in decades? Draw your blade. Nobody's going to say I killed an unarmed man. Just give it a rest, both of you. You can fight it out yourself once we got the food. Put your blades down now. I guess someone's forgot what my job is. I just give advice. You decide to take it or not. I know a few smugglers, but let's say I take some credit for them to handle such a hot potato. Sorry about that, consultant. He's still young. I'm not that old either, Ebony. I know some of you don't trust me, and I think that I am where I am thanks to luck alone. That's fine. We listen to you because you know your stuff. A full belly doesn't lie, only greedy fools. Everyone looks in the direction of the noise to see the Jello, who claims to be the consultant's assistant, reaching out to the piece of iron with a strange box. He almost had it. Beep. Oh crap, the timing. What are you doing? Get your hands off our Arunian. Almost let you sneak it out under my nose. What's the deal, consultant? I've got the door. They're not getting out. Well, your rules say your penalty for stealing in this room is a lost hand, consultant. You pick jaw, left or right. She's not stealing. I asked her to measure the Orion contents of the rock. That's right. It's so high it made my detector go haywire. Be careful. I didn't hire you to give me a heart attack. Sorry. I'm not sure I believe you, consultant. You think we aren't watching you? It's one thing to help the head sellers, at least. They're sticking their necks out, but Working with the tower dwellers? That's another beast. Why would a Jar girl in a pretty dress like that work as your assistant? These are old clothes from my mom and dad. I just cut them to fit me. Has nothing to do with what we're talking about today. The more important thing here is how we turn this piece of iron into food, isn't it? How about this? I'll get someone willing to go over the walls to bring some food and take away this ticking time bomb, and then you can take your time to figure out how to share the food. I changed my mind. Food's gone once you eat it. I want blades, Iranian. I want blades, Iranian, and one hand from this thief. Do we have a deal? Can you extract the Iranian? I won't ask you about your connections back. You want the piece of iron. You can have it, but got to supply our share of the food. Do the broken horns have that much food? Didn't the consultant call this a time bomb? You want food from me when I'm helping you solve a problem? It fell in our yard. Food or Orion. The veterans home takes the biggest share. Those streets belong to the broken horns. You don't even get leftovers. We'll follow the consultant's rules. Everyone here get a share. The mercenaries get an additional share to repair their roof. Why does he get to set the rules? Why not me? Don't think for a second that we're scared of the broken horns, Beg. You'll be arguing for the next 100 years at this rate. If the broken horns want this iron so much, they can have it. Consultant? Let me finish. Any damages resulting from mishandling from the broken horns will also be Beck's responsibility. As for the rest of you, whether it's food or Ringian you want, I'll take care of it. Consider it as an apology for the little commotion just now. You can come get your share once I've figured it out. Figured out the amount. Not for free, of course. My pockets aren't that deep. Any firework pieces that fell on your turf you bring to me, no matter how big or small. Don't be so short-sighted. The lichens may not be roaming the streets day after day now, but they're always watching us. Make sure you understand that you're allowed to take what you shouldn't even go near. No objection. I picked up a lot of small pieces, but they're too small to be anything useful. How does this work? How much food and Rugian can we get for the pieces? Excuse me, I have an idea. The amount of Rugian can be calculated from the purity, but I'll need to take another measurement since I got interrupted. It would be best if I could take a small sample. Paul looks at Nymph with bewilderment in his eyes, but nods his head. The others give way for Nymph to take a particular handbox with a cracked piece of iron. She takes it out a strange rod and knocks the surface slightly. A small, dull-coloured piece falls out from inside. Nymph's box opens slowly, sucking the pieces in. When the box closes, everyone in the room feels compelled to look at the window. The skies are still dark, but the light shining in seems to have gotten brighter and warmer. Done. Write your choice of supplies and your name on the paper and come back in 3 days. You know where to find me. Doesn't matter if you can't write back. You got the whole piece of iron, you're not getting anything else from me. I'll deal with the territorial dispute between the mercenaries and the Broken Horn the same day, next month. All of you better show up. Here's the paper, just like you wanted, consultant. Anything else? Alright, you can get back to your own lives now. Thank you so much, consultant. You're really a huge help. Ah, it's nothing. I've crossed paths with that lich lady before, after all. It's the least I could do. And please call me Paul. I didn't expect the legendary consultant to be so young. But the supplies that you promised the people here to get me out of that gem, do you really have so much food and Orion in stock? Maybe. I've stocked up a bit over the years. Not sure if it's enough, though. So I should get a head start on picking up the firework pieces. The clothes on your back are all wet. Really? Well, I guess it's a hot day today. Oh, were you scared? Well, of course I was scared. Did you see how many men they had? How many blades? They could have eaten me for dinner if they meant it. What was I supposed to do? Just wanted to get everybody together and make our lives a little bit better. How was I supposed to know that things would turn out like this? Didn't sign up to become the consultant. Calm down, we're safe. You hear that? What? can read minds, can't they? Did you? It's okay, I didn't peek. Why does everyone think we can do that? It's true that I'm a little more sensitive to people's fear, but it's very demanding arts. And do you think I really want to hear what other people are thinking? I guess you're right. Not exactly pleasant stuff you would see in Kazdel. Anyway, do you get what you needed? Yeah, it's perfect. Look, it's so small, but it does look unique. I was surrounded by Iranian. That's why the detector didn't react. Well, you got what you came for, didn't you? No, I'm just getting started. Amy, my lich friend, says there's at least 4 or 5 pieces in the city and I have no idea where to find them. I was planning on asking someone well connected, but who's better connected in these parts than you? You must know something, right, consultant? I have a rough idea where some of the pieces might have fallen, but I can't be sure whether they'll have evidence in them or not. It's a start, better than stumbling around the city trying my luck. If you help me find the remaining pieces, I'll ask the lazy liches to reimburse the food and Orinian you're handing out. Well, food might be a little difficult, but Orinian shouldn't be a problem. There's always parts coming off the furnace during maintenance. Well, I guess I couldn't do worse. Hey, stop tugging on my sleeve. I'll take that as a yes. Welcome, straw. A little straw would do you some good, given how stressed you are. You said I was stressed. Did you forget I'm a Jarl? You said you didn't look. Ah. That was really dumb. Anyway, I need to do the washing, so I will auto battle, question mark. I need to... What was I going to level up? Who was I going to level up? I need to check who I'm leveling up. It was you, I think. I want you leveled up, I think. I think I was going to go for who was I leveling up? It was like, yeah, it was you. I need to farm these. I need to farm these. Yes, I'm farming these. Alright. Alright, I'll do the washing while this is playing on Auto Battle. Be right back.
Plotted schemes, waged wars, crossed arms, shed blood. An eternity, unaltered and unfailing in its challenge. The split halberd sinks in the sand, great aspirations unrecompensed. When will the hate sunk beneath the battlefield disperse? One word to address all beneath the heaven. One scope to spare none upon the earth. When will the hate sunk beneath the battlefield disperse? One word to address all beneath the heaven. One scope to spare none. When will the hate sunk beneath the battlefield disperse?
Be careful. Don't get overconfident.
When will the hate sunk beneath the battlefield just one word to address all beneath the heaven? One scope to spare none upon the earth. The split halberd sinks in the sand. When will the hate sunk beneath the battlefield disperse? When will the hate sunk beneath the battlefield disperse? Speak as your heart wills, and be as your intoxication wishes. When will the hate sunk beneath the battlefield disperse?
Mission accomplished.
Stay close behind so we don't get split up.
And thus,
Welcome. I've been waiting.
the split halberd sinks in the sand. Great aspirations unrecompensed. When will the hate sunk beneath the battlefield disperse? When will the hate sunk beneath the battlefield disperse? The split halberd sinks in the sand. Great aspirations unrecompensed. Speak as your heart wills, and be as your intoxication. Speak as your heart wills, and be as your intoxication wishes.
I prepared a gift for you. Like it?
Speak as your heart wills, and be one word to address all beneath the heaven. One scope to spare none upon the earth. The split halberd sinks in the sand. When will the hate sunk beneath the battlefield disperse? Speak as your heart wills, and be as your intoxication wishes. The split halberd sinks in the sand. Great aspirations unrecompensed. The split halberd sinks in the sand. Great aspirations unrecompensed.
Mission accomplished.
Once I start an operation, there's no stopping it.
When will the hate sunk beneath the battlefield disperse? One word to address all beneath the heaven. One scope to speak as your heart wills, and be as your intoxication wishes.
Stand still.
One word to address all beneath the heaven. One scope to spare. One word to address all beneath the heaven. One scope to spare. The split halberd sinks in the sand. Great aspirations unrecompensed. To gaze the fire from afar, knowing not its heat. One word to address all beneath the heaven. Speak as your heart wills, and be as your intoxication wishes. Speak as your heart wills.
Your attacks are all within my calculations.
The split halberd sinks in the sand. Great aspirations unrecompensed. When will the hate sunk beneath the battlefield disperse? When will the hate sunk beneath the battlefield disperse? Speak as your heart wills, and be as your intoxication wishes.
Everyone, there's no need for you all to stand so far from me.
The split halberd sinks in the sand. Great aspirations unrecompensed. When will the hate sunk beneath the battlefield disperse? The split halberd sinks in the sand. Great aspirations unrecompensed. heart wills, and be as your intoxication. The split halberd sinks in the sand. Great aspirations unrecompensed. Speak as your heart wills, and be as your intoxication wishes. To gaze the fire from afar, knowing not its heat. When will the hate sunk beneath the battlefield speak as your heart wills, and be as your intoxication wishes? When will the hate sunk beneath the
This is the destreza of Iberia.
When will the hate sunk beneath the battlefield disperse? The split halberd sinks in the sand. Great aspirations unrecompensed. When will the hate sunk beneath the battlefield disperse? Speak as your heart wills, and be as your intoxication wishes.
Let's avoid any unnecessary fights.
And thus...
Oh, those are enemies then?
Speak as your heart wills, and be as your intoxication wishes. The split halberd sinks in the sand. Great aspirations unrecompensed. The split halberd sinks in the sand. Great aspirations unrecompensed. The split halberd sinks in the sand. Great aspirations unrecompensed. When will the hate sunk beneath the battlefield disperse? Speak as your heart wills, and be as your intoxication wishes.
Don't worry, you've got me.
When will the hate sunk beneath the battlefield disperse? When will the hate sunk beneath the battlefield disperse? One word to address all beneath the heaven. The split halberd sinks in the sand. Great aspirations unrecompensed. When will the hate sunk beneath the battlefield disperse? The split halberd sinks in the sand. Great aspirations unrecompensed. One word to address all beneath the heaven. One scope to spare none upon the earth.
Nah, where's the challenge in that, Doctor?
Alright. I am back. In Chive. So I could just do that. There we go. Have to nudge it down. Okay, that's done. So, two. Do I think?
Why, how are you, Doctor?
Dailies. Continue leveling up. Quest.
This is pretty interesting. Is it okay if I take it with me to watch later?
Okay. Alright, 2 down. 4 to go. The fuck are you? Okay. Talk about Mudrock, I guess. All that. All that. Just bought some snacks as well. My stuff is different from theirs. I picked everything nice and careful. Look at the quality. How could you give me the same price? No difference. Brew. How about this? I got another handful of pure Orinian in my pocket. No Oringium mixed in at all. I'll add it to my pile for a piece of your bread. Oh. Who do you think you are, old man? 3 potatoes for 3 full baskets of Orion scrap? Do you burn your conscience in the furnace too? My bread is pure white flour. You're not getting it for a handful of slack. Get lost. Next. 2 baskets? Put it on the scale. 2 sweet potatoes? Grab it from the ash. Don't try to swipe any. I guarantee you I'll know. I told you to get lost, Beansprout. You're in the way. You're not the only furnace keeper in the city, old man. You won't take this, someone else will. You can have this entire batch of bread if you get more than 3 sweet potatoes from anyone else, you dumb slug. Everybody heard that? No tapebacks? They just keep getting words. Furnace keeper this side's only giving 2 and it's cellar left over from last year. How am I supposed to make a living? My back's hurting from gathering all this stuff all night. Not even worth a day of food? Anyway, I'm not going back to the old man. Maybe I should check out the market for the east side. But the path east would take me past those shacks. The old folks say they dumped broken bodies during the war, and there's still ghosts who couldn't get back to the myriad souls. No. The only kids are scared of ghost stories. Of course I'm not scared. It's a dark alley and a few abandoned shacks. No problem getting a freaking drink in this burpee. He makes up his mind and pushes his rickety cart forward. Around scattered piles of firewood and puddles was a narrow and winding alley. A dark borderline cuts open the path ahead. In front of is the area in which the shadow of the soul furnace. The gaunt man slows his steps, covers his cart with his jacket. Gulp. He's just around the corner. How is it so cold at midday? What's with the weather these days? Did something move? Who's there? Who said something? This place has been abandoned for ages. What's that sound? A blade being sharpened? Meat being cut? Gee, I could at least just run through with my eyes closed. Of course he hits into something. Oh, it's Tin Man. The cart crashes into a wall just as he's about to get out of the shadows of the furnace. No, not a wall. His eyes run across grey-white metal as he looks up until he meets a pair of crimson-red counterparts. Ghosts! Sorry, I think I'm lost. Are you alright? Are you blind? Didn't you see my car? You... Sorry, my fault. See ya. No, just stay there. Don't move. What's with the weather? How is it so hot when I don't even see the sun? I'm soaked with sweat. So many weirdos in town these days. You again? I thought you went west. Hair, blood, red eyes, rise slowly from the shadows in the corner, rising above the circus heads, above the shack by the wayside of the wilted trees. A heavy figure turns slowly, emerging from the furnace's shadow. The tattered red linen cannot hide the grey-white cracks, but they fill the circus's vision. It's true. The young Sarkis' eyes roll into his head. He lets it go. The carton falls unconscious to the ground. Okay. Nope. So, let's take a break. There's water over there to wash your face. Well, I got dirt all over my face, but at least we have something to show for it. If nothing else, we got that huge rock out of the construction site. Who would have thought that only a thin outer layer is iron and the rest is just ash? Where do we go next? To the east side of the market. You can find all sorts of stuff there, but they close early, and it's practically a ghost town by the time the furnace's shadow rises above the east wall. Don't step on my writing practices. Oh, sorry, Cherry. Does your grandpa have you watching the fire by yourself again? He said he was going to work at the construction site. He always comes back stinky and falls right to sleep. Doesn't even tell me any stories. Hey Nymph, since you're here, how are these words? You're practicing writing on the ash? But it's ash furnace ash, it's very clean. Great word, Cherry. You got all the words I taught you last night right. I should give you a treat. I've got a candy here. Candy? But I don't want candy. I'm afraid that... Afraid of what? That the monster in the alley might take it. Huh? Over there, that haunted alley that say ghosts come for you if you get close to the shacks. They follow you and snatch your stuff when you're not looking. You must be joking. It's real. A lot of people run into them. Some lost their candy, others lost the linens they put out to dry. Say the ghosts don't target you if you don't carry any good. You probably got robbed by some thugs and were too embarrassed to tell the truth. Don't play with this guy, Nymph. He's bad. He won't believe me. Alright, don't cry. You say a lot of people saw the ghost? Yeah, ask Beansprout if you don't believe me. He just ran into one. Yes, it was 3 stories tall, wrapped in bandages and bleeding from its eyes. Wait, didn't you say there were flames coming out from all over? Don't the bandages catch fire? Yeah, ghost fire. It's cold and it doesn't burn. Alright, go on. What else is there to say? What else could I do? I did a backflip in midair and dodged the ghost fire, then aimed for its eyes with a handful of iron scrap. The monster never saw it coming. That bad flick? Just yesterday you said your back was hurting and you asked me to carry your firewood to your door. You must be a natural. It felt like an energy just kept flowing out from inside me. We should ask someone else. No one else could tell you it half as good as me. They all fainted when they saw the thing and ran for their lives without looking back when they came to their senses. They even left their carts they borrowed at the scene. What would they know? You're not talking about yourself, are you? What if I am? You got a problem with me? I'm not afraid of you. We really don't have time for this. Quit babbling and spit it out. Whole consultant, you just ran into something really scary. Don't be too hard on him. What, consultant? You're the consultant? Oh, I'm sorry. I wouldn't have skipped anything over the consultant was here to interrogate me himself. I wouldn't call it an interrogation. It says haunted shacks on the east side. I'm sure you know them. I ran into them there. I was crouched in a corner at first, so I didn't notice. Then I took a closer look. It was draped in linen with blood-red eyes, twice as tall as me, and it was grinding its teeth as it was walking. I was so scared I fainted right there. I was still in one piece when I woke up, so I thought I was dreaming at first, but then I reached behind my head and felt the bump where I hit it. See, it's right here. It's fine, I don't need to see it. You think that's the monster we're looking for, Nymph? We better go and see if the detector responds. It's not that far. Nymph consultant, that's the whole truth. Whatever you lost, it really wasn't me. Life's hard enough as it is. Don't worry, we're not here to give you trouble. But you should get your cart back, or else I can't promise you that big head won't give you trouble. Young Thalka's smiles freeze. He pat his own head in chagrin. Only to hit the fresh bump, he grimaces in pain. Can I ask one more favor, Nymph? Here's the shack he was talking about. It's been abandoned for ages though. Is your detector reacting? No. We are looking in the right place? More likely the kid lied. Does she know does she know there are Sarka's ashes in the pile she's writing in? I guess no. You protect her well. Is that protecting? Of course it is. Anyway, it would be pretty embarrassing if we got tricked by a kid, but we're here if it really is the work of some fella. We might as well take care of him. Come in, there's no... Oh. Nymph is about to speak when she sees a blade pressing against the back of Pole's neck. The blade is blunt chipped and the hand is surprisingly steady, pressing against Pole's neck 3 centimeters beneath his ear, without the slightest movement. Nymph, don't. Jarl had drawn her staff. The arts wave emanating from it does not dissipate at Pole's words and continues to intensify. He won't kill me. You want to bet? Put the blade down. It's alright. Trust me, no need for bets here after all. I can handle one wounded warrior on my own. Your hand is bleeding, but it's not Sarka's blood. Who are you? This is my home. You don't get to ask me who I am. No, this is Kazdel, home of the Sarkas. Let me see your face. Haven't I seen you before? In the settlement outside the city? You were smuggling out food with Mudrock was the name, I think. Mudrock? I think I've heard mention of that name before. Are you with Rhodes Island? You know our boss. Can you help me? I can barely move my arm. Mudrock is. Oh no, helping Mudrock. This is the 3rd time I've said it. They're not smugglers. They went to work for food at the construction site. Why didn't I go? I would have, if not for this arm. If you're not smugglers, why did you come into the city while hiding in a haunted shack? Where else can I stay? This is the only place where no one bangs down the door at night. You can't sleep at night in the crowded areas, and you can't even go out during the day without someone tearing the door down for firewood. There was a Caprone thief who cut his horn short, stealing steel and bricks from the construction site. Is he with you? Definitely not. Why would I do something so stupid? Cutting my arms to pretend to be Sarkas? Not much better living in a haunted house than pretending to be a ghost. We never pretended to be ghosts. Don't blame us when stupid people fool themselves. Your friends weren't at the construction site to steal bricks and steel. What a joke. I'm not even Sarkas and I know that's impossible. Are you seriously suspecting a child of soul and stone of stealing bricks and tiles? Child of soul and stone? The Mudrocks? That Mudrock's a gargoyle? I never noticed. It wouldn't make sense. Last time I saw Mudrock, she was working on the houses outside the city, helping infected from elsewhere start new farms. Then again, why do you have to come into the city? Is there something you have to be here for? When you have a child of soil and stone helping you? Before we talk about the fact that was Mudrock's decision to come into the city to begin with, what gives you the right to question us? You think we're afraid of the Sarkas in the city? No, we're afraid of you. When is your boss coming back? We can't wait all day. She would normally be back by now, but without me and with the Colossi gone, it might take another hour or so. Let's wait. I need to see their boss. They can't stay here in the city. It's too dangerous. You speak Sarkaz very well, sir. Is that a Lefanian accent? What's your name? Save it. Alright, Mr. Save It. Would you please move inside a little? I would like to sit down too. The sun sets a little. Nymph looks at the detector in her hand. It is unclear what she is thinking. All stands up and sits down again, then stands up again, finally ducking into a crouch, counting the gravel on the ground. The shadow of the furnace passes over the east wall. Blood from the wound seeps through the new bandages and coagulates. The infected with the injured arm stands up, draws that knife he left standing on the ground, and peers at the shadow outside. I'm going to look for them. You coming? Do you know which construction site they went to? No, I'll check all of them if I have to. You're just going to march around the streets like that? A wounded outsider. How about this? I'll go with you if anyone asks. Shh. Paul is staring at the gravel. He is separated into 4 piles sorted by colour and size, which now tremble and collapse in a unique rhythm at the back. Mudrock, they found it. Bump, bump, bump. The heavy footsteps stop at the entrance to the alley. Nymph and Paul soon hear the faint sound of metal scraping, the sound of blades being drawn. Mudrock, am I right? The child of soil and stone walks out from this corner, seemingly oblivious to her friend's call and making no motion in particular. But the infected who follow her put away their weapons. Mudrock walks into the battered shack and throws her shovel in the corner. Come in. I know it's Mudrock. I was trying to go full on deep voice there. Rope. The 3 statements flow from Mudrock's mouth in the same tired tone with virtually no interruption. Nymph sits down on the stool opposite Mudrock. The infected stream into the room, leave behind 2 holding a rope that stretches into the alley. Ajal. Hello, Mudrock. Yes, I'm Ajal. My name's Nymph. My mom and dad are both Jal. I don't know if you've seen my sister at Rhode Island. They are here? Well, no, I came to... She's trying to chase us out. Don't interrupt, Stick. Go on. We came looking for something. Someone ran into a terrifying monster near the shack, and we suspect it has something to do with what we're looking for. My guess is that it's just a misunderstanding. There's no monster at all. I know what you mean. We're the monsters. That's how the Sarkaz here see us. No, that's not what I meant. The Sarkaz here aren't much different from those in the settlement outside. They're here because they don't have anywhere else to go. As far as monsters go, Sarkaz has been treated as monsters by other races for as long as Kazdel has stood. You must know what I mean, Mudrock. Please explain to them. Probably not a misunderstanding. What? The monster did it look like that? Hey, a hand. Who? Me? Okay. What the heck is that? Hold it tight, drag it in. 1, 2, 1, 2. With the rope tied around their waist, the infected wrap it around their shoulders and pull up with all their strength. Did I miss something? Paul looks with astonishment at the thing being pulled out from the shadows. It's about twice as tall as a man, its eyes blood red, draped in tattered white linen with metal wires and ropes tied tightly around it. A monster. Tie it up. What? How? Where? Are you sure about this? That thing could collapse this rickety shack with a single kick. Just listen to Mudrock. Tie it up. How did you catch it, whatever this thing is? What even is it? The detector's vibrating. Is that your Colossus, Mudrock? Oh, it got merged with the thing. Yeah, I saw it by the road on the way back. It was working just fine yesterday. Maybe a little slow, but nothing was broken. Then all of a sudden it ran out in the middle of the night and wouldn't come back. Couldn't sense it with arts either. It's like something was interfering. Do you know what's going on? Maybe it's under the influence of Revenant Fragment. Revenant? What do they have to do with it? Well, actually, can I see the Colossus first? Be careful, it lashes out at anyone. All my guys here have taken a few hits. Did it break Stick's arm? No, he broke it in a fight over some work at the construction site. Come on, Mudrock, you wouldn't stand up for me back there, and now you're gonna do this in front of some outsiders? Did I not stand up for you? I took all his work. I spent the whole day in the sun without getting a single grain of corn. Anything else I should know about the Colossus? It seems to be scared of me. It runs away as soon as it sees me. I would have caught it a long time ago if it wasn't worried that it wouldn't be topple the furnace if it caught into the plaza. Nothing else really, Nymph. It's Nymph, right? Be really careful. If it was the Revenant that made it go berserk, there aren't many Jal and Kazdel. I don't want to get one hurt as soon as I met her. Alright, thanks for the advice. Nymph takes out her detector and cautiously approaches the Colossus. 1 step, 2 step. As she takes the first step, the detector emits a screeching alarm. So that's it. No, it's not. It's there. The Jal points to a crack on the Colossus. A piece of rubble seems to have gotten lodged into it. It is fixed to the Colossus like a hateful eye, no matter how the Colossus struggles. I sense something strange. It's pain that has lasted centuries, hatred that has lasted 100 times longer. This is a Revenant Fragment, Roger. I think that's why it went berserk. People were attacked but not injured. I don't think about why that was, but now I think it doesn't hurt the Sarkas. I see, the Revenant are like Kazdel. They reject anyone who isn't Sarkas. We need to get the fragment out. Can you help, Mudrock? You created this Colossus. You should be able to control it. Make it stay still just a little while will do. Okay. Mudrock raises a hand to the Colossus. It seems to feel the threat and struggles even harder. The metal wires begin to break while they had been weakened by rust, stirring up clouds of dust as they hit the ground. The red glow of the Colossus's eyes grow brighter, and all present hear a cold, airy voice in their heads. Oppression! Revenge! Banish, banish, banish. All you see the hatred. Could not even tell Sarkas from outsider. You still raise your fists? It is not what a Revenant should be. Alright then, let it go. Are you out of your mind? Got it. Scatter on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. Vanish! Kazdel for Sarkas only! What are you then? You're not a Revenant or a gargoyle. You're just a broken arts creation. You get out of Kazdel too? Ah! Mudrock, look out! The Colossus begins to emit smoke from every crack and fissure. It seemed to grow larger, rising in right fist that has almost grown to the size of the shack. It is about to bring it down on the young Sarkas. The Jal's staff starts to glow. She looks into the Colossus's eyes and resolutely recites a few words in Sarkas. The red light in the construct's eyes grows dimmer with each word. The shadows behind Nymph become increasingly sinister, as though ready to leap from the gravel at any moment. An instant before the shadow pierces the ground, Mudrock grabs her hand and snaps her fingers. Snap. The arts that hold the Colossus together are dispelled, and the construct collapses into a pile of gravel and stone. The fist that is tried to bring down turns into a strong gust of wind. Before the dust settles, the faint glow yellow sunlight has wiped away the last vestige of the sinister shadow. Okay. I can find my way from here. It's okay, I'm going to Rose Island's branch office here to report on the Revenant anyway. We're going the same way. It is safe to put in that little box. Totally safe. It's Lichcraft. As for you and your friends, I know the guard on duty today. I can have him sneak you out of the city without drawing attention. Why should we leave? Like, that Colossus, there are a lot of people here that won't tolerate an outsider living next door. Your people need to eat and sleep, but that's not any easier to come by in this city. Maybe I didn't bring them here just to eat and sleep. In the past, not so long ago, there were more than just sarcasts in the city. People came from far away to teach, heal, build. They weren't here just to eat and sleep. You mean Babel? But they left. And you know as well as I do why they left. It was just a dream, like the kind that you get when you're running a fever. I'm glad it was part of my childhood, but it wasn't always a good thing for Kazdel and the Sarkas. Kazdel is fragile. Can't handle anything like that happening again. Are you speaking for yourself or for all Sarkas? Kazdel is not so fragile from my point of view, and the Sarkas have never been that fragile. The bad can be avoided, the good will always be good. There are things that Kazdel has to face. Kazdel is the last hope for some people, and they can't live in the settlement outside the city forever. Your Sarkas, your friends, aren't. They trust me, like I trust Amir. Amir, Rose Island, I've heard about your ideals, they're attractive. Now I'm even more curious, what is Rhodes Island like? You can come with me to see Amir, it's not far. Just past that street. She's in Kazdel? Wait, she's in Kazdel? I'm trying to remember the story. Why would she be in Kazdel right now? I think, yeah, it's part of the last chapter, I think. Let me do this first though. I said I would, and the one I promised, I'd rather not get on their bad side. Nymph weighs the box, the spinning rocks within make no sound. Modrak nods and walks towards the furnace. You're done chatting? Yeah, where do we go next? I would say the market on the east side, but they're long done for the day. Why don't we call it quits too? But I feel like I forgot something. What could it be? Oh no, Beansprout's cart! Isn't Nymph back yet? I'm gonna get a bump bigger than Big Head's head if he comes back first. What are you worried for, Nymph? Nymph always comes through. Look over there, Nymph. My god, thank goodness. Isn't there someone to be thank besides goodness? Thank you so much. The ghost didn't catch you, did it? Like scaring Cherie. With the ghost and the monster talk, just some folks up to no good. The consultant taught them a lesson. And the homes there are in disrepair, and the roads are really narrow. You should really avoid the place. Really? But they saw a bunch of people getting chased around by the monster from one end of the city wall to the other. Maybe the ghost is after you, Nymph. Maybe you should teach me a few more words today, just in case you can't come tomorrow. Oh, fine. Don't worry. She's got a special way of showing concern. It's getting late. I should head back before the broken horns start getting ideas about me. Meeting that mudrat gave me an idea. Do you think some of the fireworks might have fallen outside the city? How about this? I'll touch base with smugglers outside tomorrow and take a look around the military commission garrison while I'm at it. Alright, I'll check out the East Market. If you find anything, call me immediately. Don't get yourself in danger. No problem. See you later. Hey, big head, what happened to your hand? It's all swollen. Oh, big guy, here's your cart. Just leave it over there. Well, if there's nothing else, I'll be going. Get lost, I'm too tired to deal with your crap right now. I thought I was going to punch me. Did you not eat all day, big head? Why the sullen look? What did you just call me? Why is the front of the cart dented and the handle cracked? Come here, let me hear you loud and clear. Please, no, help, mercy. Who the fuck are you two? I think I remember you. Don't remember you. Unfinished attitude. What is it, Ermi? How was your progress after 2 days? I found lots of them. Well, okay, just 2 actually, but don't you worry, I'll have it all wrapped up in no time. Why, what's the matter? Nothing, really. The old man suddenly remembered this little mission of yours, so he's been pestering me about it. You thought these fragments would be causing chaos all over Kazdel, but for the time being, things seems so normal as ever. Nobody's knocking on the military commission's door about it, and we haven't detected any abnormalities either. All thanks to me being the first to run into them. Basically, feel free to keep going at your own pace. Is that all? Yep, that's all. Just remember, safety first. If you run into anything you can't handle, give me a call. Sure, will do. Thanks, Hermie. Hermie's thoughtful as ever, even while she works. I should probably pick up the pace. So, what do you want to eat? Oh, sorry, let me have a look. I'll try this one. Is this a new recipe? Just baked dough, same as always. Pretty sure I've seen you eat here before too. But the taste is different, no? It's chewier than last time. Maybe it's a little bit sweet. Really? Maybe my ingredients are better this time around. More and more folks have been coming back lately. I got ways to get quality stuff at a lower price. Dough gets nicer, the bonus. And do you still need my help negotiating prices? Nah, an old merc customer of mine put me in touch with a better supplier. They got reasonable prices and a friendly bunch. No need to trouble yourself any longer. Happy to hear that. Does this mean one day you could make white bread like they do in Victoria? You little glutton, what's so great about white bread? Next time you got time, I'll cook you up some grilled meat. Really? Grilled meat. Can I have 3 more buns of the dough to go? I'll eat them on the road. Sure, just wait a sec, I'll give you some fresh out the oven. Thank you. I've gotten so much done over the last 2 days, I think I deserve a little treat for myself. Nothing beats a full belly. 3 arms then. Look, love. Nymph glimpses a sarcasm at the corner of her eye. Not on purpose, of course. Any passerby would find themselves turning their heads. It would be hard not to. She stands motionless, leaning against her cane with her top-hatted head held high. Here, where most are disheveled and scruffy-looking, a woman like her is a rare sight indeed. Here, your dough. Oh, thanks. First time laying eyes on her? I don't think I've ever seen anyone quite like her. She wasn't always this way. Not sure when she went mad, left Kazdel to make a name for herself, came back looking like this. Oh, well, even so, she does look pretty nice. What's the point of looking nice? Can't sell a thing if you just stand there all day. She sells baked dough too? As if. She makes jewelry out of garbage. Some odd googads too, like a transparent glass witchcraft orb with a model of Kazdel inside, or cups etched with strange patterns. It's all expensive, fragile stuff. Only a fool would buy any of it. She's got ornaments and statues on top of all that, even less business on those. Can't get any use out of them most days, and so expensive too. Don't know what she's thinking. Everyone around here has been telling her, but she won't listen to a word of it. I don't think it's a bad thing getting to see someone dressed up so pretty on the street every day. I just hope she earns enough to feed herself. It'd be terrible. It'd be some terrible joke if she starved to death in front of my store, right? I see where you're coming from. I better get going too. See ya. You can see you, Nymph. Bring some friends next time. I will. Bye-bye. Phew, now that I'm full, I should get back to work. He's so pretty. Is that how they dress in Victoria? Those fabrics look really expensive. And there's that brooch of hers with those purple and red gems. Once I'm done with this job and get my reward from Hermie, I'll go have a look at her stall. And man, what the fuck are you doing? Wait, there's one here? No way, there's Was no response just a moment ago. Where is it then? Wait, that brooch with the purple and red gems? Nymph feels a sudden tickle up her spine as she turns to look at the stall devoured of customers, but no one is there. The behatted stall owner has long since packed up her wares and anticipated the endless stream of people flowing through Kazdel. Jeremy, please pick up, it's urgent. What now? If she's only wearing all that jewelry because she's possessed, then she... There's no time, I'll go looking for her first. Hello, do you know where the lady who runs the store went off to? The one wearing a suit and top hat? Huh? A suit of what? She's wearing really strange clothing and selling stuff no one wants to buy. We went that way? Okay, think. The baked dough? I got it from the stall over on the corner. Here, have some. If you like it, make sure you go to that stall. I'm almost at the city at this point. Where did she come for? What's the detector say? A very weak reaction, but it's here, alright. I'll just have to check over everything. What's here? A warehouse? He lives here? No way. Why would anyone be wearing such nice clothes to live here? Maybe it's because of the Revenant fragment. Can't reach Ermi and Paul is looking for a fragment somewhere else. Come on, Nymph. Think. There's gotta be a way. Hypnosis, mental suggestion, originium arts. Maybe I could snatch it away. Hello, young lady. Did you need me for something? Sorry, let me think a bit longer. Very good, ma'am. Hello. Crowny mantle. Elegance extraordinaire. A pleasure to meet you. Now, how may I be of service? Can you sell me that brooch? Why? Because I really like it. Oh. Well, I'm terribly sorry, ma'am, but it's not for sale. Moreover, I'm afraid it's not suited for your ensemble. I have here an adornment much more appropriate for a rose such as yourself. If you need is dire, I could give it to you. Sorry, I'm only interested in the brooch. Nymph looks into Crowny's eyes. Her arms hang by the sides, as her fingers sway lightly at the unusual frequency, tracing complex patterns in the air. They are reflected in Crowny's pupils, but as she blinks, they are gently wiped away. It seems as they have not dug deep into her heart as Nymph expected. I'm afraid that's not possible. I will not part with this gem before finding a suitable replacement. Now I have some pressing business to attend to, so I'm afraid I cannot entertain you any longer. On your way now. Wave staff. Chants softly. Please wait a moment and hear my plea. Nymph projects her arts with all of her will and they descend gently upon Crowny. 1 second, 2, her target continues to walk away. No effect? She's wearing the fragment. Getting around the Revenant's influence on her sure isn't easy. This is a really stupid way to do it, but I'm sorry. Forgive me, Madame Gel, but I'm in a hurry. Please don't block my way. Huh? Jeremy, please answer. Jeremy. Arts won't work. I can't fight her and I can't snatch her away. She's no normal hawker. Follow her for now and let's see where our ancestors want to take her. Even if something happens, I can at least give more info to Ermi. It's not like she's going to go all the way out the city, right? She goes all the way out the city. We're on the outskirts already. Where she's going? Maybe she really is leaving the city. I should contact the liches at the gate then. Give me that info to be able to get the fragment for me. Where'd she go? Wait, what? Nymph watches as Crowny opens her own box, drawing out a hang glider from the depths within. One hand grips the cane hooked onto the glider's frame while the other holds onto the box tight, with a characteristic ramrod straight figure dangling from the glider. She swoops off into the distance. Can a Revenant Fragment really do all that? I guess I should forget it. Hermes being awfully unreliable right now. Wait, how about I hems and haws for a while she watches the glider float away, but in the end she makes up her mind. She inserts the tip of her key into the keyhole on her staff. It breaks apart, turning into a swarm of keys surrounding her. She grabs one and opens the bag at her waist, the key immediately splitting into two groups as she does so. One flock of keys attached to her staff, rapidly spinning like a drone's rotor wing. The other acts as platforms under Nymph's feet, holding her aloft despite gravity's pull. Standing in midair is an extremely strange experience, lifting off wherever the wind blows, catching the familiar sight but slowly shrink away, till the jagged edges of Kazdel fade into fuzziness under the gentle light of the sun. Then with the breeze in back and the wind ahead, a moment's distraction means tumbling to the ground. Okay. Here, use my handkerchief to wipe your sweat. Thanks. I must admit, I've never seen anyone act quite so recklessly. You are inexperienced with those arts, are you not? Yes. If you hadn't flown by to catch me, I'd be a big splat on the ground. Thank you for the hanky. Oh, don't mention it. Do you always use a glider to leave the city? It's quick, convenient, and graceful. Most beautiful method of transportation. I was inspired by the cable cars plying Karag's snowy peaks. You been to Karag? I will have been one day, but for now the pictures in the newspaper will suffice. You should head back home already, young Jello. What a strange ancestor. Why is he in such a hurry to leave Kazdel, and why bring Crowny along? Oh, there's no signal here. Yes, you're on your own now. Your big adventure begins here. I knew that song would come eventually. Oh, thank goodness, she finally stopped. It looks like she's not leaving Kazdel just yet. In the distance, Crowny takes a big deep breath and yells a strange incantation. Come on out, suffering. Suffering? Is that some kind of incantation? It might be the name of a Sarkaz king. It wouldn't be strange for an ancient king to have a name like that. True. If you insist, old buddy. Oh, Mostema? Long time no see. A Sancta? His plan involves a Sancta? What the heck is he up to? I can see you, little Jarl. No need to hide behind a rock. Come on out. Why is your apprentice being such a stranger? She's not. I believe there might be some misunderstandings at play here. She has been following me for quite some time now. Keep wandering around with that brooch on. I think your face will end up on an arrest warrant real quick. I'll take it under advisement, Ostema. May I see the goods I ordered? But of course. Ostema. Need to love of Ostema. Ostema gingerly places the box she is carrying between the two of them. 3 bolts of a top quality soft silk straight from yarn. Just like you asked. Go ahead, inspect all you like. This is... I can feel it. The subtle pushback when you press down on it. This suppleness, this pure white. I guess he really does want to leave Kazdel. He even got a bunch of supplies ready. Huh? Where's that Sancta go? Sancta's obviously going to come to you. Hey little Charles, nice weather today, isn't it? Stay back, I'm a caster. I've got really strong super arts. Oh, what a coincidence that it turns out I'm a caster too. Makes us counterparts, don't you think? It's fine, it's fine. You look reasonable enough not to attack a defenseless messenger like me for no reason. I'll take your silence as a good sign. Brownie's gonna need a while longer to check out her hall, so we'll get some fresh air over here and maybe slack off a bit. Won't bother you at all. How's that sound? Yes, they explained. So you're a messenger. Penguin Logistics guarantees success. Want to try some Lateran candy? Thanks. Then you have some of this. What is it? Big dough from Kazdel. Shame it's gone cold. It's really tasty when it's hot. Well, don't mind if I do. So how do you know Crowny? I probably shouldn't tell you, like confidentiality and all, but you sure you want to listen to a Sancta's story? Who knows, I might weave a web of lies to snare your soul. Go ahead, I can tell truth from lies. They say the Sancta are all awful and terrible, but you haven't shot me with a gun yet, and you haven't tried to cut off my horns or a trophy on your belt. Alright, I'll stop talking then. Where to begin? A few years ago on a job in Ursus, I ran into a Sarkas. Was that Sarkas or Sancta? Sarkas. Apparently, it doesn't matter because they're the same. Gosh, spoilers. Apparently, she couldn't stand life at home and decided to wander across the lands. By the time I met her, she had just managed to find a path she wanted to follow. Ursus had us real strict controls on a lot of things, so that Sarkas needed people like us to get the stuff she wanted. Was Crowny a designer in Ursus? A designer? A Ursine hiring a Sancta to be an assistant is already a super nice Ursine. You know, the fashion brand that hired her was actually founded by a Sarkas, but it got so crazy popular in Ursus, most people think it's local. Even that fashion freak over there, I think, thought so at first. Anyway, she got the cold shoulder in Ursus, so after a bunch more wandering, she made her way back here. She must have made a lot of money before she came back. Money? Shame I have to say it, but she's barely got 2 coins to rub together. When you look at her, well, you're seeing everything she's got, in a way. Silk's perfect mustache. Why is she buying cloth? I've seen where she lives and the people around her. Maybe she's skipping meals to afford all this expensive stuff. Maybe she predicted that the furnace would explode and wanted the Revenant to latch onto the fabric. No, that doesn't make any sense. Wowee, that sounds serious. I have no clue what you're talking about. We should probably head on over. Come on. Lost him, man. Need anything else, Crowny? Oh, thanks, Master. You must have been through a lot coming all this way. Nah, just do my job. As for further work, I would like some fabric from Sargon. I presume I will need to give full payment in advance, just as before. I mean, sure, but I don't think you'll be needing my services much longer. Whatever do you mean? Is your company changing its modus operandi? No, don't get the wrong idea here. What I mean is, this sort of stuff will be sold in Kazdel soon enough, so you won't need Penguin Logistics. That's so. The number of caravans going in and out of Kazdel has doubled several times over. Folks at Rose Island have also helped set up a few connections for the city. We'll probably have a place you can get imported goods before long. So you're saying I will be able to sell my Kazdelian souvenirs? Your what? Crystal balls, cups, you know, souvenirs you get on a trip, not that different to the ones you see in other countries. They're just Kazdel themed. But who would want to go on a vacation to Kazdel? We don't really have any good sightseeing spots. I wouldn't mind, to be honest. Walk around, see your soul furnace, roam the streets, and there's that Temple of Knowledge. That's in Kazdel, right? A shame I won't get the chance. Your idea is not bad, though. You should talk to the merchants. They might want to buy some souvenirs to show off back home. I'll bear it in mind. My thanks. As for you, young Jarl, call me Nymph. Let us go, Madame Nymph. We should hurry on home. Okay, well, see you, Sancta Messenger Lady. Cal, if you ever need anything, remember to call Penguin Logistics. Crony's got our contact. Alright. I shouldn't have popped out too soon. Suffering, or is it Mad Bomber these days? Have you lost your mind coming to Kazdel just for a delivery? Get caught by the sarcasm. There's no way you're making it out alive. He's an old customer, not wise to refuse a request. Not worried about me? Supervising you is my job. We're going back right now. Immediately. Alright, alright. Not like there's anything to run in this wasteland anyway. Say, why didn't we go have some fun in Kazdel for a day? Start walking. It's so hard to get through to you. Oh. The best, I guess, the best gay couple? Oh. Welcome to my humble abode. After an entire day walking, Nymph and Crowny are back in front of the warehouse where they first spoke. The place that Nymph assumed rather than compel Crowny to avoid the crowd. Really does live here. There's a bed, a workbench, some clothes hung up, a corner full of junk. She's missing a lot of basic furniture. When you look at her well, you're seeing everything she's got in a way. Please, make yourself at home. Sure. You need help, Crowny? No, I can handle things on my own. That cloth you brought is really expensive. A mere several months' worth of food. Hardly important. This place is ill-suited for a brooch. If I use this cloth to make a matching necktie or cravat. Ah, Madame Nymph. What is it? You wanted this brooch, did you not? Yeah. But didn't you take it? I no longer have need of it. A weird person. A heavy stillness emanates from the brooch, and Nymph cannot stop herself from shivering. She quickly throws the fragment embedded jewelry into her box. This whole time, the revenant fragment seems to have done nothing other than latch onto the brooch. No commanding strange creations, no instigating arguments in a crowd. And he was in the palm of her hand. She even felt some fury and frustration coming from him, like walking to a burden beast. Pardon? Oh, no, it's nothing. Just a funny idea that popped in my head. Are you feeling alright, Crowny? Thank you for your concern, but I've been fit as a fiddle this entire time. I need to speak more levity when I'm speaking as Crowny. She doesn't sound any different from earlier. Has she really recovered from it? If there's anything I can do to help, don't hesitate to ask. As if it were Madam Nymph. I do have a presumptuous request. This Nymph is fine, no need to be so formal. Very well, Nymph. Would you come here for a moment? Nymph looks at the clothes atop Crowny's workbench. They appear to be a suit, but not in Crowny's size. Could you try this on me? Crowny whips out a tape measure, rapidly taking Nymph's measurements while muttering strings of numbers to herself. It should fit you. Give it a try. Aren't these clothes really expensive? I'm scared I'll... Don't worry, it's not finished yet. Alright then. How do I look? Beautiful. How's... That's way too levity. How's it the fit? Are the cuffs too tight? Too loose? Anywhere that feels particularly awkward? No, it's a perfect fit. Are you making these clothes for a friend? No, it's just a gift to myself. This outfit creation is my dream, but alas, I'm still unable to realize it. I think it's pretty much perfect already. Far from it. I'm afraid the cuffs still need embellishment. The accessories still need matching. In all, still rather crude. You may take it off now, Nymph. No thanks. Oh, okay. It would be nice to have a picture. Jeez. God damn it, Arknights. Yeah, but why would you make an outfit you can't wear? Because its revelation gave me my life direction. I wanted to distinguish my life from those of others. But I too love this city, and so I called attention to myself through the multitude of methods, old sarcasm, tricks and all. I'm sure you'll understand where I'm coming from. In the end, I was driven away from Kazdel, so to drift in the wilds. I was offered menial work as in Ursus. At first, it was only my survival instinct that spurred me to accept. But I found myself rather suited to deft needlework. More importantly, I attained a designer's manuscript. A sarcastic designer from Kazdel, Kazdel designer. Never had I thought those two words could fit together. Were these closed in that manuscript? They were. It was a heavily damaged book and much information was lost, save for a note reading for Anne. And the framework of this suit, naught else remained. Despite the damage, it provoked an emotion I had never felt before. In order to understand it, I took up tailoring alongside the crafting of many other knickknacks. As it happened, Kazdel had forgotten me by that point, and so I returned under a new identity. Kazdel has changed, but just as I have, it is a more tolerant city these days. Even a stuck-out nail such as I can find a stage here. Is that why you made stuff you can't sell? They are souvenirs. They will come a day that Kazdel will entertain visitors from all across Terra. This I do believe. Though I am merely testing the waters on a whim. If other places can enjoy something, then why not Kazdel? We are not so different from them. It could be a suit of fashionable clothes, a set of baubles for tourists, or even a way of life, the pursuit of beauty. You might be thinking too far ahead. I've never even dreamed of Kazdel being a tourist attraction. You're right that the city has changed lately though. There's a lot of people walking around and it's real lively these days, completely different from before. Did you see the fireworks a few nights ago? They were so pretty. Maybe the furnace got a bit too happy and lively and that's why it fired them off. Nim, what's going on? Everything's fine now, Amy. Ran into some trouble while I was trying to get the fragment, but they're all taken care of. Good to hear. I was helping the old... aiding my master in some research on phylactery. So I didn't catch your calls. Terribly sorry about that. It's fine. I've covered most of the city by now. There's just one newly repaired residential district left to check. I might be finished by tomorrow, so you better get that reward ready. Once you're done, come right over. It's all yours. You're a lifesaver. I'll be turning in early tonight. Goodbye. Sure, see you soon, Amy. Well, I won't trouble you any longer, Crowning. If anything comes up, remember to come find me. Here's my contact. I will. Thank you. Good night, Nymph. Good night. Ah, what a weird, humble story. I'm so tired. I never got to eat any of that baked dough I bought this morning. I think if I warm it up once I get home, it'll taste a lot better. Oh, how did you find me? You walked up to the city gates and flew off the walls. The information brokers I've been chatting about you pretty much all day. Did you find anything? Nope, just signs of fragments influence around the military commission against the North settlements. You found something yourself, didn't you? Yeah, look, the fragment I found today is super pretty. It's like a gem. It's a piece of glass from inside the furnace. Like, you're right though, that color is pretty distinctive. The lady who gave it to me was really distinctive too. Today's been real hard on me though. I was running around all day and now I'm hungry and tired. Ha ha ha. Go home and get some rest already. Just one residential district left to check. Gotta do all we can to get everything wrapped up tomorrow. Alright. Damn, you're so tired you nearly smacked your head against the wall. Fine, I'll walk you home. Don't fall asleep just yet. Tell me about this distinctive lady you met. Sure, I went to the market this morning to buy some baked dough which smelled and felt nice. Na. Right, 2 more. Which I know afternoon tea. Where am I? Hey. How did I get here? My hand. Patterns have formed on her hand. Blood has frozen into crystals, tearing the skin apart and forcing its way out along the patterns. The chill wind blows past, tearing blood and flesh like flower petals leaving behind. Only hurts. Why? Dram. Like they dram. Half an hour ago. Oh no. Flash forward. I'm sorry, Nymph. I hate to rush you like this, but I won't have peace here until these revenant fragments are back where they belong. West and Wizardell have been fighting constantly. They sound crazier than the ancestors in a furnace. I'm sorry, Emmy. I practically combed every inch of Kazdel, but I just couldn't find the remaining fragments. Please, I'm counting on you. What about the slum kid who was with you? We ran the numbers of households in the area against how fast we walked and figured that we had to split up and check everything before sundown. We split it down the middle. He said he had some repairman on his side with sticky fingers and he wanted to take the opportunity to teach them a lesson. I hope he's not putting himself in danger, but I'm sure he can handle it. Hey, come on, it's just a few questions. Why the weapons? I can't expect to run a dirty operation without facing the music, and I never said I was going to report you to the military commission. Right, if it's just the two of you, I could use the exercise. What? Those guys are with you too? How many are there? 20? 30? Is it too late for negotiations? Do you think a revenant would miss the furnace after a few days and go home on its own? Are you even listening to yourself? Why would you want to go back to the place where you were held prisoner for centuries? It's just an idea. I don't know what it's like in the furnace. You know, maybe Kazdel's a kind of furnace too. People outside of it's scary, terrible, but it's home to us. It's hard to imagine being imprisoned for hundreds of years when I've been around for less than 20. Maybe you're a better position to judge me. I would carry it on. I wouldn't carry down this topic if I were you, Nymph. You really are something else, Nymph. Probably no one else in Kazdel who would think like that. But you, our kindest Jarl? Why I smell herbal tea? Oh, I remember now. Oh wow, what name? Quazile. Qualazia place is right over there. Should we pay her a visit? Nymph, we have much more important business to it. Remember? Right, I suggest we go ask about the revenant fragments. Who said anything about berry cookies? Are the fragments not urgent business? Fine. Don't take too long. It's a wonder you get along so well with That is a word to wrap around. Qualasia. I'll say that, Qualasia. She's wonderful. She always gives me a little present when I visit. Why is everyone scared of her? Oh, but I can't go empty-handed, official business or not. Let me see, she only moved in recently. What would be a good housewarming gift? Knock knock with one hand behind her back. Nymph knocks slightly damp door with the other. Are you home, Kazdelian? Oh, hello, Nymph. Just 1 second while I get the door. Good afternoon, Kazdelian. I didn't have time to prepare a gift, but I hope you like this anyway. I remember you said you wanted some flowers to keep up the smell of herbs in the house. Oh, careful of the mud. I picked them with the roots so you can plant them in your own garden. A pair of hands, fair as ivory, take the flowers. Blue petals fall upon her gloves like the patterns of fine embroidery. Blue snowdrops. Can Kazdel barren soil nurture such beauties now? Thank you, Nymph. I'll place this gift in the finest vase. Glad you like it. I didn't know they were called blue snowdrops. I'm delighted that you came to visit, Nymph, but unfortunately I'm about to head out. Oh, you're busy? Is this a bad time? No, not at all. Just a small errand. It should take more than a few minutes. You can wait here. Just don't touch anything while I'm out. Some things are not ready or suitable to be presented. Promise me. I promise I won't touch anything. My parents taught me manners. Good girl. Alright. Nymph sits down by the desk. The wall candlelight is like a fragile barrier against the shadows from the corners of the room. A faint acidic scent wafts from the herbs hanging from the roof beams. The wooden cabinet by the wall stands like coffins, guarding secrets that must never see the light of day. My heart's racing for some reason. What's that creaking sound? Is there a must feast in the walls? Nymph gulps. She feels a chill run up her spine. She keeps glancing at the window, but the daylight seems to grow darker every time she does. Her heart races with an unusual rhythm. The Jarl touches her chest and feels a trembling box. Oh, it's just a detector. Wait, I wasn't reacting when I was outside. Could the fragment be in this house? My back's starting to hurt from sitting too long. I should stretch my legs. It's alright if I take a look around, isn't it? This way, that way, up there. It's not under the floor, is it? The signal's getting stronger. Ouch. Where did the cabinet come from? Was it here all along? Oh no, I knocked something off. Wesley is going to think I messed with her stuff. I think I've got to put it back. Surely it's fine to put it back, something that fell on the floor. Nymph bends down and feels the blurry shadow in the darkness. A strange sensation strikes her fingertips. She lifts the shadow, revealing a garland of branches, thorns, and moss flower. Snowdrops still mixed in. Snow. Oh. Nymph feels her heart skip a beat upon saying the ancient sarcasm word, like the chill she gets when the actual snowflakes fall on her palm. She stares at the garland in her hand, resisting the urge to put it on. The room seems to shrink and darken until it's almost suffocating. The sound of breathing in her ear grows heavier, but is it her own, or from behind her? The branches intertwine with her hair and the thorns pierce into her palm. Nymph silently counts, then turns slowly resolutely to look behind her. Please take it. Huh? Who are you? Please take it. Please take it. The walls of the hut falls and the roof is gone. I find myself in the wilderness, the chaos of battle coming from beyond the dust. The garland in my hand has turned to blood spilling through my fingertips. A bloodied Nash Zenher falls towards me, but I cannot move. Help me. Who are you? Tell me the liege. The king of Sargas is dead. Yllis has fallen. Why do we still fight? I hear the ancient Sarkas language, disjointed syllables that come together to form words. King, death, fight. I try to ask him where we are, but my words slip away from my lips, turning to faint echoes in the sky. Where am I? The end of the battlefield, the boundary between life and death. Why do you not grant me your blessing, Master? Do you despise my cowardice too? Grant me the pain of decay, grant me the continuation of life. Take this power away. Please take it. He pulls out a rotten object from his chest and places it in my hand. His visage contorts from pain. His eyes are a mixture of reverence, fear, and hate. Get it away from me. I don't want it. Help. I understand this is not a blessing, but punishment for my desertion. Please, Master Kazdelian. You called me Kazdelian. Why? Why is my hand acting on its own? Is this a trick, Kazdelian? Stop it! I raise my hand at the broken figure, but the hand I see is wrapped in bandages soaked with dried blood. A tattered cloth brushes against the deserter's helmet. The scent of decay flows out, tearing away at what remains of his reason, filling his husk, bringing life. I feel a daze, then hunger. I bestow strength on my weakened kin, becoming stronger in the process. Without speaking, I hear a familiar voice in my head. Cast down your weapon, deserter, and leave my battlefield. As you wish, Master. He casts down his heavy armor piece by piece, revealing terrifying runes through gaps in the cloth that shrouds him. The blood seeping out of his body calculates instantly. New skin. Have you seen snow? Oh. The sound of the word is peculiar, but I understand what it means. It has been a long since it's last snowed in Kazdel. Many have forgotten how to pronounce the word. I killed at Ursine and Cleed opened his chest. I watched as he died, but he didn't seem to feel any pain, repeating over a single word over and over, saying the Ursine word for snow. It must be something that removes the pain. Have you seen snow, Master? Pain is the shadow of strength, and life is the sun. I cannot see snow under the scorching sun. You are afraid of pain, but not of death. But why we live in, nay, it is not my place to say. Should I go, master? Go north and don't come back. The scene before me fades into the distance. I am rapidly moving away from the ground and towards the battlefield. I see helmets clash and swords strike against armor. I see the shadow of death looming over Kazdel. Bum, 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 bum. Where am I? Hey. Hey. How did I get here? My hand. Ink patterns are formed in my hand. Blood has frozen in the crystal, tearing the skin apart and forcing its way along the patterns. A chill wind blows past, stirring my blood and flesh like flower petals, leaving behind only. It hurts. Why? Come. Give me your hand. Kazdelian? He holds my hand tightly and recites an incantation that I have never heard before. I see clear droplets of water hanging from her eyelashes. Perhaps it is melted snow. He exhales and lets my hand go. The comforting warmth is still there. I spread my palms open. The patterns and wounds are no longer there, replaced by a pair of blue butterfly wings which flap and disappear into the snowfield. Is this real? Yes, it is. Come, I'll tell you on the way. Kazdelian, have we met before? It's alright, you may call me the North Wind Witch here. I think you're the first Nazarene I've seen since I came here. Nazarene? Aye. I sense your presence ever since you set foot on the snowfield. You are growing weaker like a campfire buried in snow. A Nazarene who turns from war inevitably grows weak, a process that is even more painful than waiting for the approach of death. So why did you do it? He throws the question at me casually, like kicking up a puff of loose snow. But the question feels so heavy I can only grasp for air. Words fail me. Was it because of that war? The liege, nay, Nasalem, had no choice, and you? You had to take the opposite path as I did. We're here. Behind a cracked boulder lies a small patch of ice where wind and snow cannot reach. Beneath this ice, the water remains calm, cradling a round air pocket like a sorrowful eye. A North Wind Witch cracks the edges of the icy surface with her staff, and the air pocket escapes, becoming one with the wind and snow again. I came across this place by chance. The musk beats won't drink from it, even if they're dying from thirst. The spring does not grow or diminish. The water is always clear, exists only its own, outside of the snowfield. I once branded myself by the spring, but later discovered that immersing in it was far more effective. Like, you bathe in it? I've heard that workers on the mobility layer bury barrels in the ground to bathe. It's so cold here. The water is not deep. You can hold my hand if you're afraid. Alright, I guess I'll try. Eek. I step slowly into the spring. The cold penetrates the armor and bandages that do not belong to me, piercing my every bone. The water covers my shoulders and presses against my heart. Kazdelian, no, Wolf-Wing Witch, do you remember encountering a dying Nazarene deserter a long time ago? I do. Did he ever see the snow? I heard he died on his way to the north. But he saw the snow at least, didn't he? No, he may never have seen it, but the snow was always inside him. My heartbeat gradually slows and I can hear the sound of snowflakes falling on my head in between the rhythm. The festering wounds and old scars continue to sting. The withered flesh and blood will never flourish again, but none of it matters anymore. The pain is not lessened, it simply exists in another form now, like snowflakes that melt in icy spring. Kazdelian, is this really a dream? If it is, who did you make it for? What did you want to tell them? Your past, your future, or who you really are? Kazdelian doesn't answer. She sits by the shore, her staff laid sideways on her legs. I see a blue-purple butterfly fly past her hair. One after another they encircle the icy spring, turning the decay in me into new butterflies as they flap their wings. Crystalline butterflies surround her. Her fingertips drop down to brush the surface of the water, but there is no ripple. The snow stops, and I suddenly realize that so too has the stream. Is the dream over? Kazdelian, can I leave now? You're scaring me. I could really use some hot tea right now. Kazdelian? In the darkness, I sense something approaching, but whatever it is not alive. I try to curl up, but cannot sense my limbs or torso. It is as if only my consciousness is left. I feel fangs. I sense hunger. I arrive beyond the end, before the door. Kazdelian, help! I shouldn't have touched your stuff, I'm sorry. Kazdelian. I need to pronounce that name properly, whatever. Cold engulfs me again, and fear rushes into my throat, just as I am certain I will drown. The door is open. I'm in. The king? Okay. Okay. I haven't finished the strategies. Oh yeah. You have rejected the title that the military commission conferred upon you. Was a sigh. Do you know what you have turned down? A war that we have yearned for too long. The blood of the old days will not be washed away. Don't tell me you really intend to leave that with that house. The liches will never allow you to leave with their handiwork. No? Why is there a Jal here? Hello, my liege. Are you King Nassasalim? I read about you in my textbooks. The tall Naskzarir bends down towards me. I cannot tell whether he is observing, listening, or trying to discern my scent. Why have you come? She has not polished this memory, nor connected it to other things. Huh? Interesting. I don't know. One minute I was in an ice spring with her, and the next I know I'm here. What do you find not connected to other things? Kazdelian deserted her war, but never her kind. She preserved her memories for her king, for reasons unknown. Perhaps he discovered a new path in the endless ice fields. Do you mean we're in Lasai's memory? I'm just Lasai. That's pretty much what I got. Do you know how I can leave? How do I wake up from this dream? Time has no meaning here. No one can know when you will wake up or if deepest slumber awaits. Then are you real or a version of Kazdelian's memory? It does not matter. The life of Nassasalim matters not. The name of Nassasalim is synonymous with war. But it has been a long time since I talked to someone like this. Okay, maybe we can chat until I wake up. Has the war for Londinium ended, John? Yes, I suppose, but I don't think you'd like how it ended. No. Surely I would have passed on, but Kazdel and the Sarkas will remain. The patriarch of the Naskzarir stays silent for a long time, as though he has forgotten I am here. Maybe we could talk about something else. Very well. Is it turnip season? Not a lot of people plant them these days. Most people plant maize and sweet potatoes. You're into food? I know a lot about that. I mean, maybe not Nazir food. Go on. Really? The Nazir king, and you're just going to talk about food randomly? I'm back. I left a pot of herbal tea on the stove outside before I went out. It's about ready now. Get the tea set out, nymph. The one with the pink roses is for you. Nymph? The tray slips from the Northwind Witch's hand, and she only has time to grab the scalding teapot. The tray shatters on the floor. She simply stares at horror at the table. The garland of branches of fallen moss flowers lie beneath the dim candlelight. The Jello is gesturing excitedly to it, as though roasting sweet potatoes in furnace and ash. It's even sweeter than honey when it's fresh out the furnace, worth the blisters it gives you. Oh, look at me, I just keep talking about myself. What about you? What's your favourite foods? Salted turnips? Oh, sweet potatoes might be your next favourite. Just give me a minute, I'll fetch a few from the furnace for you. Kazdelian, you're back. Hey, when did I wake up? What's going on? The Salem? Nymph stares blankly in front of her, then looks down at her hands before looking at the North Wind Witch with teary eyes. Kazdelian, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I won't touch your stuff again. Why are you standing here with a teapot in your hand? Why do you think? How did you get to my unfinished trinket in the time it took for me to pick a few flowers from the garden? You even got him out. Tell me what happened. The Revenant detector started reacting as soon as I walked in. I felt I had to look around a bit. I never meant to put it on, but it's like my hands weren't my own. Then I had this scary dream. One moment I was you flying over the battlefield, then I was in an ice spring with you, then a monster almost ate me. Those are dreams that I made with my own memories to help Nazi-era veterans cope after returning from war. They haven't been fully tested yet. They're dangerous. Thank goodness you weren't hurt. I'm not leaving you alone in this house ever again, and you can forget about today's berries cookies. You can't keep your hands to yourself. I really didn't mean to put on that, but there was some sort of power compelling me. I thought you were playing a trick on me. Could it be the Revenant fragment you were talking about? No wonder the hut hasn't felt quite right these past few days. I thought it had indigestion or something. What a house! The Northwing Witch puts down the teapot, walks around the room, then looks up at the center of the floor. I gave you a choice, Revenant, averred Ancestor. You can mock me with my memories of my house, but if you disrespect my guest... Shadows surge out from the corners of the house as if wanting to devour the two. A pair of eyes, cold as ice, delivers its ultimatum. Then... the eyes close, and ice-blue witchcraft begins to spread through the space. Ah, you're gonna talk or not? Stop, you're gonna twist my arm off. Looks like you're the easiest of them to break. Good, saves me the effort. One more time. Are you sure you didn't see it? How was I supposed to see where your thing fell in the middle of the night? Anything like that would make a bang when it crashed, but it didn't. Thanks. See you later. I want to know what's happened too. Nymph, are you okay, Nymph? Did you find your fragment? I did. The box closes with a click and Nymph just jumps out from the rubble, raising her handy box in triumph. Aren't I awesome? I already have so many. Yes, quite. I already had the fragment under the witchcraft, but it was your awesome arts that brought it down along with my house. Sorry, that was the shadow I saw in my nightmare and I lost control of my arts because I was scared. But I heard Nasalem say your hut was made out of lich arts. I happen to know a lich. Please, Kazdelian, why are you suddenly looking at me like that? You're scaring me. What else did he tell you? Funny you should bring that up because I don't recall giving you permission to go over my memories. It was an accident and you wasted perfectly good tea and berry cookies. Excuse me, what's going on, Nymph? Did you find the fragment? Your offender Nymphs? Yes, she found her fragment, but I'm afraid she's busy at the moment. Your man Kazdelian, right? So what's she busy with? She angered the ancestors and wrecked my house. She now has to fix it before she can go. But I thought your house walked into Kazdelian and survived cannon blasts from the bandits. Could Nymph really have wrecked it alone? What was that? Oh, nothing at all, ma'am. Would you like some tea? I poured her right before she blew the roof off. I appreciate the offer, but I'm good. Keep at it, Nymph. Just a few more piles of rubble left and you're good to go. I'm starving. My berry cookies. Bow, bow, bow. Why are you here, Tin Man? Another one. I wasn't even looking and I already spotted. I need to give him like a nice voice. Another one. I wasn't even looking and I already spotted 4 safety hazards on my stroll. It's a poorly designed junction of pipes. It is incredibly vulnerable to changes in the furnace's powers up. You're basically looking at a potential explosion. Yeah, that's a little bit too suave. Well, good. Time the old timers in the furnace don't have to stay in there much longer. Hopefully by then they'll... Flower petals? Where did these come from? Blue snowdrops, huh? I used to plant them back in Colombia. I didn't think they could grow in Kazdel. I'm sure are changing. What's that? A Jean. That's the guy. The detective's going nuts. He's really loud. It's not going to explode, is it? There must be a huge revenant fragment on this guy. I'm pulling up my sleeve. It's a bespoke coat. This guy's... It's a living armor. Living armor? I haven't met such a rude little girl since the clan. What? Kaluka clan? Can. He's starting to talk gibberish. Okay. Yeah, I guess that is kind of gibberish sounding. Can. The Revenant must have possessed him, Paul. Hold the box for me. You want to stuff the whole guy in? I don't think your box is big enough. Here goes. Hey, get this box off my head before I lose my temper. Why are you also in the box? And why are you in pieces? He's making a run for it. I'll tie his hands. Hey, Buck, your big head's gonna break the box. I don't need Ermi getting mad at me again. Let's get him to the furnace, quick. They are a-changing indeed. Okay. Last one. What's in the can? Can man? Why are you here, can man? Can? Ermi, if you read me, please respond. Ermi, it's not working. Young Jarl, could you please unbind my hands? I promise I won't run. At least let me have a smoke. No can do. I'm not letting you go until I get you back into the furnace. I told you, you got the wrong guy. I've been meaning to drop by the furnace, but I really didn't escape. From the thing. I have a Colombian ID in my shirt pocket. I can show you right now if you unbind my hands. A long trip from Colombia to Kazdel, isn't it? If you told me you were from Rim Billington, I probably would have believed you. Ermi, can you hear me? Hey, hello? The box's comms art structure has been ruined. You can slap it all you want, but that isn't going to fix it. How dare you? It's your fault the box got crushed in the first place. If I fix your little box thing for you, will you free my hands? Can you really fix it? Don't you pull any tricks or anything. I have my own methods to deal with you. I got it, little Jarl. Relax, I'm not going anywhere. Hold on, are you actually buying this now? This guy gets possessed by the ancestors and you're ready to unbind him? You sure love getting your word in, kiddo. But you don't seem to know a thing about revenants or Jarl. Jarl are the only ones that can't be influenced by revenants. I'll free you just one of your hands. Hey, how did you break yourself out of that? You tricked me. I knew you were up to no good. Ow. I hope you can appreciate how much it hurts to have my hands bound for so long. It hurts even though you've got iron skin. It's not iron, it's skin. And it doesn't exactly hurt, it's just... Between his metallic fingers is a single cigarette. It seems to have appeared out of nowhere. Old man takes it in his mouth, takes a puff, then spins the cigarette around between his fingers before carefully sparking every spark of flame in his palm. That's good. You can't buy cigarettes this nice in Kazdel. I have to ration them. Hey, you promised you'd fix my box. I lied. Okay. The Lich created the arts in that box, and those prideful bastards never think about repairability when they design things. That's not to say none of them earned their pride, though. Come on, you're just going back on your word. let me finish. You're looking for someone, aren't you? I can fix the box, but I can't fix the box, but I can help you find the lich who made it. How come you know who I'm looking for? I don't, but I think I don't need to. The strange man leans back as a puff of grey whitish smoke gradually floats from his mouth. The smoke disperses into a rippling cloud, but like a stone being thrown into a pool of stagnant water. Stagnant water. The Revenant's traces fluctuation sweeps across. That's a weird King Missile reference. If you got that reference, holy crap, that was a weird reference from King Missile. By the way, the Revenant's trace fluctuation sweeps across the area, drowning of all Kazdelian silence. A brief moment later, the noise has re-emerged and the puff of smoke has completely dispersed. Who are you exactly? Who are you, mister? They call me the Tin Man. Tin Man? Look, the one you're looking for is here. One can count all the Revenants that walk the lands on one hand. Who might you be? He says he's the Tin Man. He says he's from Columbia. Kazdel is not ready for your return yet. Hard to blame you. I never thought I'd ever come back here when I left. What did you come back for? He says he wants to go to the furnace. Nymphy. Okay, I won't interrupt again. Go ahead and ask. And allow me to... Never mind, I suppose there's nothing else to ask. Normally a guess of your pedigree would have be received by my master, but... Your master? That stubborn old man? Let's not tell him. Save my vacation from going completely down the drain. I'd like to visit and take a look beneath the soul furnace. I could bring you there without telling anyone. Not beneath it. I want to go inside it. Who do you want to visit there? Who else? Nymphy, have you gathered all the Revenant fragments yet? They're all inside my box here. The young lich nods and nonchalantly throws the slightest misshapen box into the shadows behind her. Her gaze shifts back and forth between Jarl and the Revenant, and finally lands on the soul furnace that stands in the distance. Then let's go. Nymphy, I'll find another time to give you your reward, and here's the surprise I promised you. Do you want to go into the soul furnace for a walk? Can I really? Can I bring friends? So many kind people have helped us along the way. I could never have collected all the fragments so quickly without them. To tell the truth, I've always wanted to go inside it ever since I was a kid, just to see how it works. Well, as it stands, we've already broken multiple rules today, so give it just a minute. I'll gather everybody up. Everybody? Hold on. Right, for my reward, can I get some scrap Orion? Paul, help me explain it to Ermi, okay? Alright. You've so motivated, already sprang away like an arrow from the bow. I never introduced myself. I'm from down below, the slums, as people call it. You call me the consultant there, and I speak for them. Mr. Tinman and the Lich Lady, please call me Paul. Don't call me a lady. Don't you think that's very improper? Oh, kiddo, in certain ways you're still far too young. Bow, bow, bow. 1, 2, 3, 4, and me, 5. That's all of us here. Nymphy, the furnace is a dangerous place. Why did you bring this many people and that little girl behind you? One child ticket, please. This is not a sightseeing spot, and we don't sell tickets. No children either. Sorry, Cherry. I tried my best. Maybe next time? There's no next time. It's okay, Nymph. I was thinking that maybe the big furnace is full of flatbread like the little one we have. Turns out it's all dark and dirty and lame. Lame. What? Flatbread? We never bake anything in the furnace, though. Your grandpa is still waiting outside, right? Quick, go find him. There are still so many people here. Now, what am I going to do with them? You all helped me a lot, and you promised me just now they won't just give you any trouble at all. Everyone, I need you all to give me your own words, not just Nymphy's. It doesn't matter to me. All I want to do is take a look at the work of that legendary designer. I've heard her signature is on the Soul Furnace's blueprints too. Is that true? Since when has the Soul Furnace had blueprints? You can look all you want, but no touching. What about you, Gargoyle? What are you looking at? If there's a wide enough pipeline that leads straight out of the city. Gargoyles tend to be into complicated constructions like this. Don't worry, she's just checking out whether the pipelines are sturdy enough. Right, I'm trying to see if we can crawl through them. How about you, consultant? Trying to live your childhood dream like you said before? If that's not good enough of a reason, I didn't expect to see you here, Kazdelian. What is a Nashansharier you left her tribe doing here? Left my tribe? No, we just hold different ideals. As for what I'm doing here, mainly, I couldn't bring myself to refuse such a sincere invitation from this cutie thing. Okay. And if I managed to learn a few extraordinary witchcraft rituals while inside a soul furnace, that's all the better. None of us here have any reason to lie. What's more, it was a Jarl who invited us all. I finished a whole cigarette already. Are you done with the roll call yet? I don't suppose anyone's going against their word. Lich girl, try not to pick up your master's bad habits. Liches used to have a pretty great reputation, but now... I'm not very well versed in history, but I can tell you are making things up. Okay, now, if everyone's ready, let's get going. Stay close, don't fall behind. Hooray! You're the best, Amy. I knew you would be more amendable than those old stuck-up fossils. Okay. Turn right at the next corner. Potholes on the ground, 3 steps ahead. Keep left. You can open your eyes now, we're here. So this is what it looks like inside. What's that faintly glowing thing? Witchcraft core. This is the deepest part of the soul furnace. As far as I know, ever since it was built, only liches have come here to hold rituals to appease the revenants. And the last ritual caused the big fireworks that led us all here. Anything else to share? Mr. Tinman, should we proceed as we discussed? Sure, I'll keep an eye out for you. The fireworks were only an accident and the ceremony wasn't completed. My master tasked me with finding the revenant fragments scattered all over Kazdel, and I trusted this mission to Nymph. Nymph then got your help, which means my master owes all of you a favor. No, he owes all of us a favor. As the keeper of the Temple of Knowledge, I favored of his is most viable indeed. He could accomplish quite a lot with it. But as his student, I've already decided in his place to use this favor to do something exceedingly difficult. I'm kind of getting the feeling you're about to say something horrible. Is it okay if we leave now? No way, I invited you here. If anyone's leaving, I'm leaving first. It's actually nothing to be scared of. She's just being sulky that she got taught a lesson by the stubborn old man and she's trying to win back some face. What face? The Revenant's face. I'll finish my master's appeasement ceremony without a flaw, so are you in? Yeah! Sorry, I couldn't stand that awkward silence, so I thought I'd make some noise. That is weird, Crowny, man. Like I said, I'm just here to admire the legendary designer, because she has to be like a 4-star. Like, she's gonna like be introduced into the game and she's gonna become a 4-star. I was like, yep, definitely not gonna be a 5-star. What the fuck is she? Since I've now seen it, I'll leave this Revenant business to the rest of you. We kept our eyes closed the whole time. You're telling me you're already done? If I was just watching the ceremony, I'd be totally fine, but the Lich here seems to want us to be active participants. If you're dealing with Revenants, should we let Amir know, and the Babel members too? All of us have seen how powerful the Revenants can be. Even little fragments were causing chaos all over Kazdel. Oh, I'm sweating. It's not that bad. Not that bad. Think about it, Nymph. If we take just a little longer to get to any of the fragments, what do you think would have happened? There would have been bloodshed if those gangs had drawn their blades, and that berserk colossus wouldn't have stopped its fists. And think about the risks when facing the Revenants who have been burning in the furnace for centuries. Is that really something we can take by ourselves? Yes. Like I said, I'll keep an eye out for you. A powerful Revenant who turned his back on his homeland only to return as if nothing had happened. I have no qualms with this. I'm fine with it too. What's there to be scared of if we have such a badass ancestor looking after us? You're getting ahead of yourself, Nymph. Even with Mr. Tinman here, it's not going to be easy to appease the ancestors with just a few of us. Why do you think it'll be hard? We've met so many people on our way here. Everyone may live pretty hard lives, but we're all living life to the fullest. Maybe the ceremony failed last time because the ancestors had heard enough nagging. I mean, when all you ever heard is the future and sacrifice, blah blah blah, how is everyone supposed to cheer up? That is such a good fucking line. Yeah, where's my print screen? There it is. Okay, I take that. We tell them about how people in Kazdel live these days, that might drive up their enthusiasm. Besides, the Revenants might still remember that legendary designer. They might know her true identity. It sounds splendid. Count me in. We've made it this far. We can't go back empty-handed. If the Revenants can show us a secret passageway up the city, then you're in too. Paul, what do you say? Still hesitating? It's a bit of a risk, but I can't think of any reason not to go for it. I'm in. Okay then, let's throw the ancestors in appeasement ceremony like they've never seen. What do you think, Mr. Tin Man? I'm intrigued. I said yes to the Lich Girl there because she said basically what you just did. Huh? Really, Amy? We're the ones who will walk the path of Kazdel's future, not them, so of course we have the right to do this. Now cover your ears, I'll begin the incantations. Let's try again. Relax, flawed souls, come near and heed my call. In the flames, as your bloodlines melt away, heed my call. What's going on? There's no response at all. Mr. Tinman, are you still there? Maybe I've gone too deep. I'm not getting any response. Did I do something wrong? No, if I turn back now, I'll be admitting to a failure before it's even over. In the shapeless shadow, spots of cold light revolve around my consciousness, leaving laid trails behind them. Once you try to understand the logic within, you will immediately lose yourself in it. Stop. Think. These are revenant fragments, I remember now. I tried bringing them together, but they kept escaping through my fingers like stardust. They are talking. There's one, two, a lot of voices slowly drawing near me. The coldness fades away and the frigid ice burns bright. I can feel it. Agitation, hatred, chaos. It's more than them not hearing my cries. They are slightly ignoring me. Ultimately, they are annoyed. They want to tear me apart. Ah! Step back. 3, 2, 1. Cut your senses off and step back. Amy, are you okay? He was standing there shaking, and that was scary. I'm alright. Where's Mr. Tin Man? He's over there by the wall. He hasn't moved for a while now. With his head down, and I'm not sure what's going on with him, or if those metallic joints ever ache. The ceremony, did it work? I was returning the fragments to the Revenant, but I almost lost myself in their consciousness. It was the Tin Man who saved me. Not a big deal. I just offered my hand. I could have handled it. You could have handled it by yourself, although it would have taken more time. He was standing still the whole time. Why does this sound feels like it's echoing inside my head? It's not a bad thing the kids have that kind of drive, but you went too deep. Good thing you had an old man like me to watch you from ashore and occasionally drop the odd pearl. But the Revenants didn't heed my call. I half expected as much. Having spent so many years in the furnace, their brains have been torched. No, they haven't had brains in a long time. You, the schemy kid, yes, you give me a hand. Take a notepad from my coat's inside pockets and a few pens too. I'm going to suddenly wake up and grab my hand, right? Like that kind of thing in a horror story. I'm not that cliche. Once you have the notebook, write down whatever you want to say to the Revenant. Tear the pages out and burn them. The lighter's in my pants pocket, or use art, either way. Will that really reach them? They can't make me look bad, right? Write down whatever you want, but I suggest topics they might be interested in. Hey, do you folks want to know? Folks want to know about things about Kazdel. Write them down, tear the pages out, burn them. What are you doing right now? I ran into an old friend. We're catching up. Don't worry about me. Man. I'm finished. Amy, make me a fireball, will you? Can't you manage simple arts like that? Never mind. Who else has something ready to burn? No need. I found the lighter. Nymph, what did you write? Not telling. Wishes don't come true if you say them out loud. You're not making a wish. You can feel it, right? The furnace seems to be shaking. I can see it. The ancestors have manifested. Time to talk about you. Me? Actually, he came to me back then too. I didn't go with him. I saw the bones on him clattering away. Were you in there? Don't remember. Memories don't do anyone any good here other than adding to the suffering. But you still recognized me. Because I loathed you. We loathed you. Our resentment fanned the flames. It's what he wished for. You lot certainly have a reason to loathe. I find myself with hard feelings every now and then too. You should never have returned. Why are you here? Let's just say I'm here to see old friends. I spent too much time in Colombia. Waking up every morning to see a bunch of newly invented gadgets, but sometimes I reminisce on old times and old friends. That's why I decided to take a vacation and came back here. It's been centuries, and I heard Kazdel got rebuilt again. I was curious what the place would be like. I heard that they'd been renovating this furnace soon as there would be a celebration to release all of you. So I wonder if you'll last that long. It's more of a funeral, an endless funeral. I'm aware. Revenants, all of you died long ago, but you need a funeral nonetheless. I understand that. I do. In some parts of Colombia, you tell jokes about the dead at funerals. Everybody laughs and forgets the teary parts. I think that's a pretty good tradition. More places should have funerals like that. Just so happened to have met some interesting kids. They got some interesting ideas. Why not hear what they have to say? Think of it as a rehearsal for your funeral. Try not to scare them though. They're good Kazdelian kids. It's only been a second. Why are my legs so stiff? Seems I need to find some time for a spa treatment for my joints. Where's my lyre? The schemy boy took it. Can you feel it? The furnace seems to be shaking. I can see it. The ancestors have manifested. Nymph, watch out. Come over here. You think you have the right to stand before the reverends and talk about the future of Kazdel? Not only the future, what I wrote is probably more like legends and folktales. Those mercenaries sounded pretty confident, and I wasn't sure if it was true, so I figured I would ask if there was ever really a Kazdel city that fell straight into the ground, leaving only a big pit. You would curse Kazdel to be buried in the earth over a mere squabble? Curse? Perish the thought. If such a place actually exists, I want to see it. I might just find some lost treasures I could use to expand my style. I've already thought of the exhibition's title, The Lost Kazdel, Echoes of Eras Past. Sounds classy, don't you think? There's been so many Kazdels over the course of history, maybe one of them really did come crashing down. I'm just running my mouth, don't get mad at me. What I wrote is my hopes for Kazdel's future, nothing too wild. Really? Let's see. In a new Kazdel, the Sarkas help one another, and outsiders no longer have to crowd the city's outskirts. People come here for better lives regardless of race, and there is no royal court anymore. Paul, did you write that? That's mine, didn't I burn it? How did you find it? Regardless of race, no royal court. Can you see what I wrote? Yes, well, your vision is pretty bold, Gargoyle. I'm afraid it may never come true. A lot of people said the same thing about a lot of years ago. Another Gargoyle. Amy, which step of the ceremony are we on? We're not on any step. Ever since the ancestors showed up, I've completely lost control of the ceremony. Right now, the feeling I'm getting is that the ancestors are toying with us. Toying? They seem to enjoy hearing a different kind of stories. Crashing to the earth, flying into the sky, no royal court, and an entire city turned to revenants. You people come up with some wild ideas. Do you really think that compared to the way it is now, Kazdel would be better like that? A Kazdel makes its way towards one of them, only to find its wrong path. What will you do? There's no such thing as the wrong path. True! Nobody knows that what form Kazdel will ultimately take, but all of us want the people here to live better lives. If life gets better, how could you call it the wrong path? Even if the path we end up taking is a treacherous one, it would be better than finding ourselves at a dead end, wouldn't it? There's no response from the furnace core. The Tin Man looks down once again, all while his fingers continue to rhythmically tap on his other arm. Nim feels her heart beating faster as the staff in her hand gets hotter. Come on, hurry up and say something. Nim glances at Clowny to plead for help, but she sees only a dark shadow in the distance. If you think Kazdel will be better that way, then try it yourself. You will prove for yourselves whether that outcome is good or bad, and you will bear any consequences. Let's see if you truly have the right to find Kazdel. A different path. A different path. To where? To the stories you just told. Nice ending. That was a really good story. And that was it. That's all that we get. We don't get a nice weird conclusion. Whatever. I mean, we'll probably get like info on like
Why, how are you, Doctor?
like what is her like dialogue.
Sort the paperwork for the other departments. Check. Water the plants. Done. Oh, Doctor, here's the water you wanted. I've also asked the cafeteria to make you a snack. I've done my homework with help from the other operators. Nothing will go wrong on my watch. There's a small furnace next to my home. Ernie once told me it's used to transport energy, but we mainly use it to cook, dry our clothes, and stay warm. I've also heard that if you knock on the furnace twice before using it, your ancestors will watch over you. I don't read minds, and we don't suck out your emotions, and we definitely don't eat brains. Honestly, where do you even get these ideas? Keep saying stuff like that, and I'm gonna get mad. I mean it. I'll bite your head off.
Okay, she's just a nice person.
When I was searching for my ancestors' soul fragments in Kazdel, Ermi gave me this cube to hold them. Now I use it to store oversized luggage. Oh, I really want to know how it works. But Lich technology is way too complicated. Even if I could take a peek into Ermi's soul, I doubt I'd understand it. Sorry I'm late. I was chatting with the DL, HR lady, and lost track of time. You must be the doctor. Hello, I'm Nymph. I'm great at taking care of all sorts of trouble, so please come to me if anything ever bothers you. Arknights.
Okay, that'll be it. Oh, we have next story. I'm just gonna auto battle and then make food. Right. Bye if you were watching. Thank you for watching me ramble. Bye. Rogue. Marvel. Rivals tomorrow, maybe. Bye. Oh, I mean, goodbye.
Let's go make some noise!
Relax, guys.